Here we go. Kickoff just moments away here at Tiger Stadium between the Coweta Tigers and your McAlester Buffaloes. I'm Brandon Green along with Phillip Jewell Jr. welcoming you to our radio broadcast on KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, online at McAllisterRadio.com and the KNED tab, as well as video streaming on YouTube. We had the entire pregame show on the radio just about 40 minutes ago, so if you ever want to catch the pregame show, I might be a little bit biased, but I think it's the best in high school football, so make sure that you tune in at 6:20 before game day every single, game day. And also we have post-game show that's radio only as well. So after this game is over, make sure that you tune in to wherever I just said, KNED.
And, you said that you might be biased about the pregame show being the best around. I think we got the best post-game show as well, because not every post-game show is going to have coach interviews and player interviews for you. So when you get done watching on YouTube, get back on the KNED tab and get on that radio, so that way you can hear what Coach Forrest Mazie and some of these Buffalo players have to say tonight.
It is already a packed house. I'm telling you what, the only empty seats for either side might be on McAllister's side, kind of scattered off to the left. But the people that are standing along the fence could easily fill up those spots. This is a capacity of 3,200 people, and I think that we might surpass that just because of how many people are going to be standing on the edge of the railing today. So it is a packed house over here at Tiger Stadium in Coweta, Oklahoma. Phillip, what do you think about the crowd? How do you think McAlester traveled, and obviously everyone being here early for kickoff?
Oh, I mean, it's just a true testament to what this team means to everybody in the city of McAlester. Far and wide, also what Coweta means to what the Tiger team means to this Coweta town. But not only that, partner, it's 1 versus 3.
Yep, I was just about to mention the importance of the game.
It's a top 5 showdown, and you can definitely tell that people from Coweta and people from McAlester, they don't care, employers, if they got to be at work in the morning. They don't care.
No.
We're coming to support these boys because they know it's about to be 48 minutes of absolute chaos, absolute hellfire, brimstone, and it's just going to be an all-out fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one here tonight. Again, if it's anything like last week, hopefully we don't have the same type of dramatics, but we'll see what happens. Again, last week McAlester, of course, winning over the Del City Eagles 34-33, being down by 10 with less than 2 minutes left to go in regulation, won with a 2-point conversion in overtime to take down the Del City Eagles in that 1v1 matchup. Looking at the importance of this game, McAlester, I mean, when you're looking at Coweta, that's the last team that you're facing in 5A3. I mean, all respects to the rest of the teams in 5A3. When you're looking at the top 5 teams in the state, you look at the AP rankings. 3 out of the 5 are in 5A3. McAlester, Del City, Coweta. McAlster's already taken down Del City. If they can beat Coweta, they can be right there in the driver's seat to take home another district championship.
You talk about 3 out of the top 5 being from 5A3. I want to take it a little step further. There's 8 teams in every district out of the 4 districts in 5A. Coach Forrest Mazie said earlier in the coffee with Coach this morning that Sapulpa had an injury early, but they're battling back, and they could get back to that preseason top 10 in 5A. That's half of 5A3 that could be in the top 10 by week 10.
Right, and we were also mentioning 3 years ago in 2019, every team in 5A3 that made the playoffs beat every team that made the playoffs in 5A4. It's so good. 5A3 is so good. You could see an instance of where that could happen this season as well. So 5A3 is a tough district, and if McAlester can win this one, they're setting themselves up pretty good to take home a 16th district championship. And as for the Coweta Tigers, this is the first step for them. Their first big test after Sapulpa to try to get a big win. If they do that, then they will look ahead to Del City to maybe win a district championship. We're about to have the national anthem here in just a moment of silence first, and then we'll direct our attention down to the turf here at Tiger Stadium.
Now at this time, under the direction of James Morrison, the pride of Coweta will play the national anthem.
Partner, you ready?
I say let's do it.
All right, I think everyone else is ready as well, but we're going to take a quick break and be right back with our coin toss here in just a moment between this number 1 versus number 3 matchup in 5A3 here on KN.
Football season, the most wonderful time of the year, except for Christmas, of course. And now is a good time to head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester, because we have new cars on the lot. Right now, Patriot is offering 1.9% financing for 72 months on the Jeep Wagoner, and 2.9% for 72 months and $2,500 cash back on the new Ram 1500 Lone Star and Bighorn Crew Cab. Patriot is a proud sponsor of McAlester Buffalo football.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium, just moments away from kickoff, and we're about to have the coin toss as well. Your McAlester Buffaloes tonight. Their wardrobe, if you're listening on radio, their white helmets with the white jerseys, gold numerals on the front and back, with the black pants, a different kind of a combination here. We haven't seen that so far this season. Gold piping down the sides. And for the Coweta Tigers, their black helmets with the orange and white stripe down the middle with the Tigers cursive script. So both the Buffaloes and the Tigers both have cursive script on their helmets. For the Tigers, they're also wearing their orange jerseys, black numerals on the front and back, and black pants as well here tonight. So they are reminiscent. If you've seen Oklahoma State's jerseys, they look a lot like Oklahoma State. Even their stadium feels a little bit like a high school version of Boone Pickens Stadium because, I mean, the crowd is right on the field. I mean, if you're looking at the distance from us here in the booth to the field, you're looking at maybe 20, 30 yards, if that.
If that. And another thing, you know, they have the field house in the corner. If you shifted that around and put it right at the goal post, it would look just like Boone Pickens with, Gallagher Iba right there. Mm-hmm. So
taking a very heavy inspiration from the Oklahoma State Cowboys. I say that every time we come over here. Again, looking at the captains for the Buffaloes, looks like Blaze Baugh, Garrett Shumway, Chaz Bradley. I want to say that's Eric McCarty. There's the coin toss as it just went up in the air. Looks like McAlester has won the toss, I believe. They looked over at him first. Looked over at McCarty first.
The referee is Chris Bailey.
And yes, the Buffaloes have won the toss and elected to receive. So they will get the ball to start off this game. That coin toss brought to you by First Family Federal Credit Union. Let's succeed together. They also brought you your pregame show that you can catch pregame at 6:20. So always 40 minutes before game time. The only time we might change that up is if we go back to the state championship game, which, by the way, we have had our times be announced for that. Again, the two top teams in 5A will meet together at 1 p.m. on December 3rd over at Chad Richardson Stadium. Not the night game, now playing at 1 o'clock for 5A.
Playing on a Saturday afternoon at Chad Richardson. That's going to be pretty good because, like my wife said earlier today, you know, she would rather play in the day because at least the sun's going to be out at that time, so it's not going to be as cold as it would be with a night game.
I guess you're right.
But the view
By the way, here come the Coweta Tigers right out of their inflatable helmet near the field house. Settling over here on the near sideline. Sorry to interrupt you. The McAlester Buffaloes are about to break through their banner over on the north side of the Tiger turf tonight. Any moment now, though. Tigers are ready to go. Buffaloes are getting restless.
Did they super glue it together?
You're not going to hold a herd right there. I promise you that. They're going to go when they're ready. We've got still 4 minutes on the clock before we even get this thing started. So Coweta's just settling over here. Again, we are at 7:02, and here come the McAlester Buffaloes.
McAlester Buffaloes!
From the north end zone, they'll settle over on the far side. McAlester won their last two matchups here in Coweta, Oklahoma. Last year won 33-2. And I believe the previous matchup they won 45-18. Again, that's what I believe the score was on that. The last 3 victors in the series have been the visiting team. Coweta beat McAlester 20-17 in 2020 over at Hook Hill Stadium, First National Field. Buffaloes trying to continue that trend in what should be an excellent ball game here in Wagoner County. We're about to have kickoff. That's brought to you by Jet Tire Service for great deals on Michelin, Uniroyal, Kinda, and Cooper tires for your car, truck, or SUV. See Jet Tire Service in McAlester, serving Southeast Oklahoma since 1962. Don't fret, jettire.net. The Tigers will be kicking the ball off right to left. Your McAlester Buffaloes will be returning left to right. Parker Stevens is the kicker for the Tigers. And we mentioned about how the Del City kicker last week had a pretty good leg. So does Stevens. On the season, he is 5 of 6 on field goals, as long as 38. PATs, 14 of 16. So not too shabby for the senior Parker Stevens. We're still getting ready for the scoreboard. It has shown 12 up on the board. And again, we do apologize. We do have a little bit not the greatest of Wi-Fi signals. So to be able to get our stream out today on YouTube, we will not have the time, the down and distance and all that on our scoreboard. We'll just have the score, but we'll keep you informed on the time and the down and distance as we go throughout the game, as this game will be simulcast. It's also on the radio, so we're kind of used to doing that kind of thing. So around the city of McAlester, around the state of Oklahoma, and Buffalo fans across the nation far and wide, thank you for joining us for Coweta and McAlester. Stevens has put the ball right smack dab between the hash marks at the 40-yard line, and he makes his paces towards the near hash. Stevens, a righty, back deep to return, Blaze Baugh and Chaz Bradley. Here comes Stevens. He boots this one away, and we are underway here in Wagoner. This one will be a touchback as it barely got past the goal line. It was retrieved by Chaz Bradley, and the Buffaloes will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. That brings out Caden Lesnow, who went 9 for 13 and 223 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against the Eagles. And Eric McCarty, he had 23 carries for 84 yards and 1 touchdown on the ground in overtime, but he had 3 receptions, all of them touchdowns, 160 yards receiving for McCarty. And here come the Golden Locks. Ball will be on the far hash at the 20-yard line. Last week, I believe they started out the dozer package, not this week. McCarty will be on the right side of Caden Lesnow, 2 receivers to each side. Here's the snap. Handoff, reverse. They have a trick play. They're going deep, going for Chaz Bradley. It's underthrown. He makes the catch anyway. The McAlester Buffaloes go with a trick play to start off the game, and Chaz Bradley just went over number 2, Justice Grammer, to make the catch at the Coweta 46-yard line. The Buffaloes are moving. That first down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties at 918-284-1233. Who was out on the toss? Was that Chapman or was that Watkins?
That was Ethan Watkins with the 33-yard pitch and catch to senior Chaz Bradley.
Ball on the right hash. McAlester already moving on the right hash at the Coweta 47. Here's the snap. First down and 10. Handoff over to McCarty. Trying to power his way through that front 7, and he's going to get pretty good yardage. Gain of about 4 to bring up second down and 6. Looking at Bradley, coming into today, 18 receptions, 172 yards, 3 touchdowns. Last week only had 2 catches for 21 yards. He has already surpassed that total from last week on 1 catch.
And he's over the 200 mark now with the 33-yard catch right there.
So he moves the ball out to the Coweta 43-yard line, favoring the right hash. Again, left to right on your radio dial. 2 receivers to each side. McCarty, left side, Lesnow. Second and 6. Here's the snap. Rolling out left will be Lesnow, trying to find a man. It'll be Watkins. Watkins reaches for the first down marker. It'll be close. I think it's going to be about a yard shy, though. Expect third down and 1 to upcome for the Buffaloes from the Coweta 37-yard line. And out will come Lance Stone.
Right there, great pitch and great sprint out there by Lesnow. Finding Watkins. They had the cushion. Gets it out there. Great pickup of about 5 yards.
3rd and inches coming up for the Buffaloes.
Now they're going to roll with the bruiser.
10:42 left to go here in the first. They're going to run under center. McCarty, the snap, right side. He pushes forward, gets the first down. Gets past the 35-yard line, and the Buffaloes will move the chains once again. Promising first drive for the Buffs. 10:35 remaining here in the first quarter. McAlester is already on the move here in the opening possession of the game, down to the Coweta 35-yard line.
Buffaloes right there. They just go with the dozer. They bring in the big boys, and they're just going to take advantage of what the front 7 of Coweta is going to give them. great pickup of about 3 yards right there to keep the chains moving for the Buffaloes.
A lot of Buffalo drives last week stalled at the 50-yard line, so already promising getting to the Coweta 35. Again, against a defense that's averaged 6.8 points per game. That's what they're giving up. Man in motion on 1st and 10. Handoff, Blaze ball, left side, finds a gap, runs over a man past the 30-yard line for a gain of about 8. 2nd down and 2 upcoming. Boy, Baugh hits that gap hard, doesn't he?
Oh, he one of the hardest runners on the team, and he's physical when he runs. Blaze Ball is just like Eric McCarty, who looks for contact. He saw the counter play, saw the hole open up, turned on, hit the accelerating button, and then just decided, I'm just going to hit the linebacker, and if he stops me, he does.
Good hole between the left guard, Cason Whitley, and the center, Sean Woods. 2nd down, and we'll say 3 upcoming here for the Buffaloes on that gain of 7. Snap. Les now will have a flag here.
Looking like it's going to be a false start.
Talked about drive-killing penalties for the Buffs. Hopefully that's not one, as McAlester has moved the ball pretty efficiently, but that really takes away that 7-yard gain and now makes it instead 2nd down and 8. So 2nd down and 8 upcoming for the Buffaloes from the 34-yard line of Coweta. Last week they had 9 penalties for 51 yards. And a lot of those were false starts.
Yeah, you get a little antsy because you're moving the ball, moving the ball, but you just got to wait till the ball gets snapped, because if you move a little bit, they're going to flag you for cheating.
Left hash, Baugh, the running back, left side of Les now, 2 receivers each side of the line. Here's the snap, screen pass, far side, it's going to be incomplete. Reading it well was the Coweta defense, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
That was a great read right there by the Tiger defense. They see the gel coming at them. Defensive end couldn't get out there to make the play on the receiver, so he just jumps in the air and was able to get a hold of the ball and bat it down. Mason
Ford was close. If that wasn't batted down, I don't think he would have been able to get there in time for a pick 6, but he was bearing down on Watkins, who that pass was intended for. McCarty on the right side of Les now, 3rd down and 8. The snap, rolling out right is Les now, looking downfield, has no one to throw it to, looks late, now tosses, down the middle, it's going to be incomplete. Too high, looking for Chaz Bradley. He had him for a moment, but on the run, just left it a little bit too high for the senior receiver. Now what do? You're in no man's land. Again, a field goal from here would be 50 yards. But if you punt it from here and you send it into the end zone, it's only a difference of 13. And I don't think there's much decision on what McAlester wants to do here. Again, Les now is both the quarterback and the punter, so you never really know. The 4th down and 8 is upcoming for the Buffaloes. They're hoping that false start doesn't kill their drive, but there's a good chance it might here. Buffaloes were 1 for 1 on 4th down last year against Coweta here. This is their first 4th down attempt of the season. Of this game, but it'll be coming up here in about 60 seconds on KNED.
Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale, on now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
We're celebrating 40 years of being a Nissan dealership here at Fenton Nissan of McAlester, and we're proud to be one of the oldest in the nation.
We're honored to serve our local communities and look forward to serving you in the years to come.
Come meet our friendly staff and see why we are the best deal dealer.
Buy any vehicle this month and get entered to win 2 OU or OSU football tickets.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent you.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer.
Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
After the Buffalo timeout, 4th down and 8 upcoming for the McAlester Buffaloes at the Coweta 33-yard line. Already a pretty big down here for the Buffaloes. 8:49 on the opening drive. No score. As we are getting ready to go here. Buffaloes break the huddle. Trips right. Single receiver on the far side. McCarty right side of Les now. Man in motion to Bradley. Here's the snap rolling right. Les now looking downfield. Tossing. It'll be caught near the first down marker, but I don't think he got it. He was at the 26-yard line. Needed to get to the 25, and that'll be a turnover on down for the Buffaloes. But that's not a terrible thing. Again, you could have punted the ball. It'd only be a difference of maybe 6 yards if you settled into the end zone. So Buffaloes 0 for 1 to start off on 4th down so far tonight, and that'll give the Coweta Tigers the ball, which Coweta already starting this game a lot better than they did last year. McAlester scored quickly on the first drive, and the Tigers just weren't able to get into the end zone. But again, they have an offense that is rolling. 44.2 points per game coming into tonight. Starks, the quarterback, he's a big reason for it. He gets snapped, quarterback draw up the middle, and he tries to squeak past some defenders and gets a pretty good gain out to the 31. That'll be a gain of, that's going to be a generous spot, I believe. Gain of 3, but it'll be a long 2nd down and 6. 8:23 left to go in the first quarter, no score. Starks with their running back to the right side of him. It's Lolo Bell. He gets the handoff, and he gets past the 35-yard line, and he's close to the first down marker. And he's right at the chains. They're going to say 3rd down and inches. And now we have a FAR official that's telling him to move the chain, so it will be 1st down. 1st down for the Tigers on 2 carries, a 3-yard run by Nykylan Starks, and then the 7-yard run by Lolo Bell. Bell had a 42-yard touchdown run last week for the Tigers against the Sapulpa Chieftains in their 55-13 win. 1st down and 10 from their own 38. Starks puts a man in motion from the right side. Here's the snap, handoff, jet sweep, trying to find a gap. That's Mason Ford, and he will be down at the 43-yard line. Another good gain, enough to go in the positive direction for the Tigers. Calling it a gain of 5 out to the 44-yard line. Excuse me, make that 43. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, they're just going to load the line, go like a pistol on the left side of the quarterback. Nykylan Starks, they bring the motion in, and along with the pistol and the offensive line getting out there, good play right there by the Tigers. Great fit there by the Buffaloes.
Starks puts a man in motion again. Once again, Ford. This time Starks keeps it, tries to go right, and he squeaks right by the outside backer, but he's met by Will Spears, who drives him all the way back to the 40-yard line, but his forward progress is going to mark him down at the, make that 47-yard line for 3rd down and 1 upcoming. Even if they don't get it here. The outside linebacker, I think right there was Owen Russell. He had a chance to maybe get Starks for a loss, but he just missed on him. Starks using his athleticism here early to squeak right by him and split the defenders. In the pistol loaded right, 3rd down and 1. Starks wants it, gets it, hands it off. No, keeps it. Left side, he faked out everybody. He gets a block down the near sideline to the 35-yard line, and he pushes McCarty, and McCarty pushes back as he knocks him out of bounds into McAlester territory at the 31-yard line. So here early, the Tigers are having no trouble running the ball, just like McAlester had no trouble until they had a false start that kind of killed their drive. They're at the location where McAlester stalled on their drive at the 31-yard line. At the McAlester 31, 1st down and 10, 6:13 left to go here in the first, no score. Starks, 2 men in motion at the same time. That's going to be a flag. Handoff over to Ford. Ford makes his way up past the 25-yard line. That is going to be illegal shift, and that'll send the Tigers back 5 yards. You can't have 2 men moving in motion like that.
Absolutely not, partner. They had, not only did it look like they had 2 men moving as the running backs, but also like it looked like nobody was really set at the receiver position either, and you could tell Nykylan Starks was confused, and he just stood there and looked at the coaches and was wanting to know why everybody decided to take off all at once.
Almost looked like a wishbone triple option type of offense right there.
That's the way it was set up.
Except 2 men were moving at once. It's kind of what they're running right now. Right now they're out of the flex bone set a little bit. At the 40-yard line, man in motion's Ford. They're going to give it off over to Ford, trying to find a hole at the right side, and then zooms forward after he finds a little bit of a lane and gets another good yardage carry of about 7 yards to bring up 2nd down and 8. So far, the Tigers have found a solution to running on the McAlester Buffaloes, who have not been able to give up a lot of yards so far this season, only averaging 46.2 yards per game on the ground on the Buffaloes, and they've given that up almost here on this first drive by the Tigers. 5:23 left to go in the first with no score, as this first quarter is really flying by.
Coweta's finding they're finding a system that works. They're just loading the box on the Buffaloes and just going to try to run it on the outside, hit them with speed.
Man in motion, they're going to be back to pass. Starks has a man wide open. He doesn't find him. He throws late. It's going to be caught and knocked out of bounds for a 1st down inside the red zone. He had a man wide open, though. The Buffaloes got lucky. Sprinting forward was Justice Grammer.
to number 20, Kevon Robinson.
But instead, Kevon Robinson makes the first down grab, and that puts him at the 18-yard line, well within, I'd say, Parker Stevens' range. From here, it'd be about a 35-yarder, which is long as 38 on the year.
Right here for the Buffaloes is when you really got to stand up and just deny the Tigers. They're moving the football. Try to get a big play here.
Snap. Starks back to pass. Looking left. Has to scramble left. Looking downfield. He'll toss late. Looking for the end zone. This one sails way too high. Out of the back of the end zone. And that'll bring up second down and 10. This is where McAlester thrived last week after the first two drives against Del City. A lot of drives started on the McAlester side of the 50. In fact, 7 drives, not including overtime, that started in McAlester territory. 4 inside the 40-yard line. Del City only scored 1 touchdown. They turned the ball over twice, and they were forced into 4 field goal attempts on those drives. So let's see if McAlester can continue that trend, be good in the red zone, as second down and 10 is upcoming for the Tigers with 4:57 stopped on the clock.
Right
Again,
there,
no score.
Right there, you just saw Malachi Rice being relentless on the pass rush off the edge.
Snap, quick pass left side. It'll be caught at the 10-yard line, and he'll be downed at the 8. Looks like that's another first down catch and go there for the Tigers. And first and goal is coming up from about the 9. Tigers have only faced 1 third down so far in this drive and overcame a 1st and 15. They're working quickly. Starks, left side, tries to find a gap. He's caught from behind after he pushes past the 5-yard line. For those on YouTube and for us here in the booth, we're going to have a hard time trying to find who's running the ball and who's being tackled over there in that left corner. We do have a flag back at the 11-yard line. I think it's too many men on the field. Yeah, it's too many men on the field on McAlester. The Tigers caught McAlester napping, and they're trying to sub. There's too many men on the field for the Buffaloes, and that'll bring up first down and goal from the 4. 4:33 left to go here in the first quarter. In the pistol, receiver right. Snap, and we have a false start. And Starks knew it immediately.
Yeah, that was on the right guard. He took off way before the ball was snapped.
Looks like it was a Hunter to Hughes. I believe so. So those 5 yards that they got on the too many men on the field are just go right back over to the 9-yard line. And that'll bring up first down and goal from the 9. They're actually behind the mark that they originally were at because that was half the distance to the goal on the too many men on the field. And so now they were at the 8 to start off this first and goal series. Now they're at the 9. Ball's just inside the 9, though. Once again, pistol, loaded right. Starks the snap. He'll hand it off late over to Bell. Bell meets the front 7 of the Buffaloes. They say hello. No gain on the carry. Maybe even a loss of half a yard. Second down and goal upcoming.
Looked like it was going to be kind of a speed option play with the fullback blasting out onto the edge. But then it just turned into a Kylan Starks handoff there to Lolo Bell. And the Buffaloes were able to sniff it out perfectly. Good play there by the defense.
Second and goal. The snap. Starks back to pass looking left. He tosses for the end zone. It's up in the air and it's caught just past the outstretched hands of Eli Chapman. And the Tigers strike first. The first lead that the Tigers have had over the Buffaloes since they beat the Buffaloes back in 2020. And that makes it an early 6-0 with 3:38 left to go in the first on a first quarter that has been flying by with these two rushing teams. Stevens on to attempt the PAT.
Point after Parker Stevens.
Into the north end zone. Snap, hold is good, kick is up, it is good, and the Tigers lead 7-0. We'll take a break right here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated, and both offer clean, comfortable rooms at a great price, of course. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of the 2022 football season, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. And remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester. I used to have a friend whose car got sideswiped by another vehicle. No mechanical damage, but it sure left him with an ugly ride. The insurance company offered to repair it, but my friend decided to take the money and run. That's a bad move. A year later, he had to sell it, and that's when he discovered that a little paint and body work would have doubled the resale value on his car. Invest your money wisely. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester.
Welcome back to Coweta, Oklahoma. We have our Buffalo roll call. Derek Hatcher's listening down on the McAlester sideline. Crystal Barlow watching and cheering from Eugene, Oregon. Mary Martin says, unfortunately didn't get to make the trip, but watching at home, cheering on the team. Thank you so much, Mary, for tuning in. Jackson Smith says, let's go Buffs. Bob Young from Payson, Arizona. Thank you all of y'all for tuning in to McAlester football. The Buffaloes trail here 7-0, 3:38 left to go in the first quarter. Both teams have only had one drive. But Coweta, they sliced through the McAlester defense like butter on that first drive, and they're going to try to make some adjustments like they did against the Del City Eagles last week. And for the offense, they were moving the ball as well, but stalled out at the 35-yard line after a false start. The Tigers had a couple of penalties that put them back, but they were able to overcome them. So Stevens will put the ball at the 40-yard line and once again kick it off to the Buffaloes. His ball traveled 61 yards just past the goal line to prevent McAlester from taking it out. Let's see where this one goes. They can back deep to return Chaz Bradley and Blaze Baugh. Here we go. This one's a line drive kick. This one will bounce into the end zone once more. Another touchback, and the Buffaloes will start their drive at the 20-yard line. So McAlester, we have a drive summary after the Tigers went ahead and scored.
That was an 11-play, 73-yard touchdown drive that took 5 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Capped off with an 8-yard touchdown pass from Kylan Starks to Lolo Bell. The PAT try from Parker Stevens was good. That is your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
All right, so again, they'll start this drive at their own 20-yard line, moving left to right. Baugh, the running back, to start off this series. He moves Lance Stone, the H-back in motion, from the right to the left. Here's the snap and handoff over to Baugh. Baugh, there's no gaps to go to, and he's going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage and just pile-driven back to the 10-yard line. Coweta has all the momentum right now, and if you're looking at number 9, Noah Lloyd, he got up and he said, no chance. And that's going to be a 5-yard loss back to the 15-yard line, 2nd and 15 coming up for the Buffs.
Not what you want to see right there by the Buffaloes. They move the H-back Lance Stone over there to the left side, adding another man onto the to help Zach Rogers and Casey Whitley on the left side. But the Tiger front seven they're too mean and too physical right now, and they have a lot of momentum going for them.
2nd and 15, the snap. Quick pass. It was deflected and almost picked off. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and the Buffaloes are facing 3rd down and long. I don't know how that ball floated down to the Coweta turf. It was intended for Carter Lance, who is going on a little bit of a short slant, but it was knocked at the line of scrimmage and just floated in the middle of that front seven. The closest man there was number 7, Luke Maladon, but he was going in for the blitz. So 3rd and 15 coming up.
Buffaloes have got to find something right here. They got to get out to their own 30-yard line right here.
Trips right, 5 to snap it. Coweta gets loud. Here's the snap, rolling right. Lesnow looking downfield. He's going to try to run it. There's no chance for him there. He lowers the shoulder and gets 5 yards, but he's still a good 10 away from the first down marker, and the Buffaloes will go 3 and out on their second drive. Very reminiscent feelings to how we started off the Del City game. McAlester really couldn't move the ball on their first couple of drives. Del City moved the ball with ease. And with 2:28 and ticking left to go in the first quarter, the Buffaloes will give the ball back over the Tigers, who should have good field position. And once again, Mason Ford is a dangerous man when he returns punts and kicks. 7 touchdowns as the return man in his career. Here's the snap. Lesnow quickly boots it away. Floating in the air, grabbed by Ford at the 49-yard line of McAlester, past the 50 to the 40-yard line, gets the block down the near sideline. It'll be tackled out of bounds inside the McAlester 35-yard line, and that is where the Tigers are going to start this next drive. So the net return on that was about 15 yards, so putting it at the 35. after the return from Ford. They'll put the ball on the left hash. So the Buffalo defense comes back out. McCarty was not out on offense on the last series. He's not out on defense on this one either. At safety, you've got Ethan Watkins and Blaze Baugh.
And you also got Zach Rogers checking in on the defensive line.
Starks gets the snap and rolls right. Looks downfield. He will toss late. Finds a man tiptoeing along the far sideline. Another chunk yardage play. Not enough for a first down, but a gain of 6. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
Good route right there by Mason Ford for the Tigers. Great sprint out there by Nykylan Starks. The Buffalo defensive front, they're trying to get some pressure, get some momentum into the backfield. Almost got there, but Starks was just able to get the ball out just a little early.
So 2nd down and 4 upcoming from inside the Buffalo 30. Snap. Starks looking to pass, dumps it off late, finding Ford inside the 30-yard line to the 25, and powers his way close to the 20-yard line for another first down for the Tigers. They have only faced 1 third down so far, and that was 3rd and 1. Right now they're running wild on the Buffalo defense. They have so many weapons, so many athletes on the Coweta Tiger offense that, I mean, there's a lot of open guys. You have to account for a lot of different formations, and that's what the Tigers are running out of right now. They even went what looked like even a triple option type offense a couple of plays on the last drive.
Yeah, they run that heavy pistol. They went the triple option. They looked like a wishbone. Now they're going to run out of the gun.
And here's the snap on 1st down and 10. Starks thought about running. He's tripped up by his own lineman. Now he has to toss it. He just throws it up in the air. A chance for the Buffs. And this one's knocked up and intercepted in the end zone. The Buffaloes unfortunately tried taking it out, but it doesn't matter. Since it was caught in the end zone, an interception by the Buffaloes, Owen Russell came up with the ball, and the Buffaloes get the ball at their own 20-yard line. An ill-advised heave towards the north end zone by Nykylan Starks. It was batted up in the air, and I mean by just inches. It hit the fingertips of a McAlester Buffalo defender. Owen Russell was there to get the interception in the end zone for a touchback to move it back to the 20-yard line. Again, in high school football, if you get an interception in the end zone, it's an automatic touchback.
But before that, the receiver on the far side, it looked like it may have been Mason Ford or it might have been Justin Grammer, who had grabbed a hold of Chaz Bradley and pulled Bradley into him, and that allowed Bradley to be able to sneak the arm up for the deflection.
So 1st down and 10 for the Buffaloes as they get a stroke of luck there. A turnover, only the 3rd one on the season for the Tigers. Trips left, the snap. Handoff. It is Dakota Moten left side. He will pass the 25-yard line. Good gain by the senior Moten as he gets past the 30-yard line for a first down. We've got 1:27 left to go here in the first quarter, and that'll move the chains for the Buffaloes and stop the clock momentarily out to the Buffalo 31.
Good run right there by Moten. Good play by the offensive line. They felt a little sense of urgency. They got the kick and the push they needed. Every gap was filled, got the edge sealed, and Moten slides up for an 11-yard pickup.
1st down and 10. Snap, handoff. It'll be, once again, Moten, and we got another flag coming in. This one's only a gain of 1, too. It's in the area of holding. Clock stopped at 1:01. And, yep, it is holding on the offense. Ever since they got to about the Coweta 35-yard line, it's felt like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And that'll put them back where they originally were at the 20-yard line. So this is not only 1st and 20, it's 1st and 21. Once again, McCarty not on the field. He was walking around over on the far sideline, so he hasn't been taking a seat on the bench. But he's not in on this drive currently. It is Dakota Moten, the running back on the right side of Caden Luss now. 2 receivers each side. Here's the snap. Hand off to the man in motion. Looks like it's Watkins. Watkins gets around the corner to the near sideline, and he's going to get a good chunk of yardage back. A gain of about 15 yards out to the, well, let's see where he stepped out of bounds at. The referee says he steps out at the 31, so he gets all those yards back to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Good play right there by the Buffaloes. They were way behind the sticks on a 1st and 21. They get that edge still. Dakota Moten reaching out there alongside the right tackle, Sean Perkins, to help seal that edge. Ethan Watkins sees it, turns his shoulders, picks up 11 yards to bring it back to the original line of scrimmage before the holding penalty.
McCarty's holding his helmet over there on the far sideline. He's standing right next to Larry Barnett, our Buffalo stats guy, so he is holding his helmet. He looks like he's okay for now. 2nd and 10, snap. Quick pass over the middle. It's caught. Is that Braden Bumpus? It is for a first down. That's that RPO, Phillip. 23 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Buffaloes trail 7-0. And the Buffaloes are going to maybe try to get one more playoff before the end of the quarter.
That right there goes to show you that Coweta has stepped up to respect the run game. Back-to-back rushes of 11 yards on the outsides with Watkins and Moten. You stick it in Moten's belly, pull it. You had Braden Bumpus wide over the middle, and that's because the safety respected the run and stepped up and filled the hole.
We'll ride this into the second quarter. Buffalo's trailing 7-0. They'll have the ball at their own 44-yard line when we come back in the second quarter here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester. If you're looking for a truck and you want to save a buck, then you're in luck. It's time for a new Ford truck. If you're wanting it for fun in the sun, work, or play, today is your lucky day. Like I said, today is the day, so don't delay. Get off your seat and try the truck that won't be beat. So come on down to Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
Vickers Power Sports. Drop by and check out our selection of Can-Am, Polaris, and Kawasaki side-by-sides and ATVs in stock. Vickers Power Sports also offers a 45-minute express lube and filter service. Plus, we carry a full line of parts and accessories like sound bars, roofs, windshields, and more, all in stock. Vickers Power Sports. Call us at 918-423-3306 or go to vickerspowersports.com.
Fresh 12 minutes on the clock. The Tigers win the first quarter as the Buffaloes will have the ball at their own 44-yard line. The Tigers were close to going up 2 scores, but an interception in the end zone by Owen Russell gave McAlester the ball back late in the first quarter. It is 7-0. Currently, the Tigers leading the Buffaloes, and if you're wondering why we're still waiting for everyone to go, it's because we also are having media timeouts in this game. So, media timeouts in this one, so I wish someone would have told us that before because we could have maybe squeezed in an extra 30 seconds. And I'm sure that Coach Mazey does not like waiting for the media timeout.
Oh, instead of wearing a red shirt like he does at college games, he's wearing a red hat and a blue shirt.
I wish they had a sign that showed how long the commercial break is supposed to be. So.
Just like they do in Norman.
Ball at their own 44-yard line. McAlester first down and 10. Looks like Moten's the running back left side of Les now. The snap, quarterback design run. It's going to be Les now tripped up in the backfield. And a late flag coming in. I don't know what the flag is on. He was tackled by the ankles. Hopefully this isn't on the Buffalo offensive line like we saw a hold on the previous couple of plays. This one is on the offense. It is a hold. And will they accept or decline? They're talking to Coach Harper, and they're trying to see what he wants to do.
They're going to accept it.
Yep, they're going to accept it. So it's going to be first down and who knows how long, wherever the spot of the foul was. That flag came in after the tackle was made. 11:53 left to go here in the first half. Buffaloes trail 7-0, and the second holding penalty of the drive on the Buffs puts them inside the 35-yard line.
Didn't know if it was a design run or maybe a busted play right there. Either way, the Tiger defensive front getting into the backfield, getting some pressure, making the play.
Les now gets a snap and rolls right on first down 10. Tries to go deep, and he's going to overthrow his target. He was looking for Chaz Bradley on a post route, and he overthrew him. Second down and 22 on the way for the Buffs. Again, if you're going to throw that ball, though, because he wasn't in double coverage, if you're going to throw that and you're just trying to get rid of it also, if you don't have anyone else open, throw it over him. Overthrow him.
I mean, where he put it would have been only where Bradley could have got to it anyways. He put it towards the sideline on the back shoulder. He just left a little too much air under it. If he would have pulled it up just a hair, Bradley would have caught that, and he could have put 1 foot in the ground and went to the house.
So Buffaloes break the huddle with 6 and a snap it. They got to hurry through the line. 4 to go. 3. Les now gets it with 1. Back to pass. Looking middle. Pocket collapses. He somehow evades it. Rolls right. Looks downfield. We have another flag on the field, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
They're going to call a hold on the near side.
I mean, if you're looking at the penalty yardage here between the Buffaloes and the Tigers here early on, there is a vast difference. I mean, you're looking at 3 holding penalties already on the Buffaloes. They've had one false start. They had too many men on the field. And it is a holding on the offense. They will accept that one too, and this will be second down and forever. That's already 40 yards of penalties. Yes, 40 yards of penalties on the McAlester Buffaloes to start this game. Last week they had 51 yards total. What was one of your keys to the game in the pregame show?
Be smart. Don't commit a lot of penalties. I actually didn't pick that one as a key to the game today. I said win on fourth down, win the turnover battle, but we should have added a fourth one. Play a clean football game.
Ball's back at the 15-yard line. They got to get out to the Coweta 46. Here's the snap. Handoff over to Moten. They just want something here. They won't get it. No gain on the carry. I mean, if he's lucky, got one. There's actually plays ball on the carry there.
Now with
third and 37.
Now with the Buffaloes running that one up the middle, just trying to get something, trying to get away from the goal line to be able to preventively punt the football, barring something happening right here. The Coweta Tiger front seven in this defense, they can now grit their teeth, full speed ahead, and they can come at you, and they can try to get a big play right here with the third down and 37 coming up.
Actually, third and 39. Here's the snap and the handoff once again up the middle, just trying to prevent the big play. They give it over to Moten. Moten is going to be tackled by two different Tigers inside the Buffalo 30-yard line, so they get a little bit of yardage to be able to get away from their own end zone, but still, Buffaloes can't take advantage on the turnover on that interception in the end zone. 10:24 and ticking left to go. Here in the first half, Buffalo's trailing 7-0 to the Tigers. And McAlester has obviously been without McCarty the last couple drives, but he's standing over on the far sideline right now. He's got his helmet on. I think you're about to see him come in on this next defensive series. Snap is low. Lesnow gets it away. It's a spiraling punt. That'll be grabbed at the 36-yard line. Mason Ford gets past two different McAlester Buffaloes, and he makes his way near the 44-yard line, and that is where the Tigers are going to start this drive. I think they're going to give him the 45. Coming up a little bit hobbly as Ford got his way away from Ethan Watkins. Watkins is, again, limping a little bit over to the far sideline. Hopefully he's okay. McCarty's back up on the field. Again, he took the last offensive and defensive series off. Again, he's been dealing with some bumps and bruises, but we'll talk about that when we come back. We have a timeout here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Chakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years. Now that's saying something.
McAlester Pepsi has got what you need. From food service to vending or just plain customer service, McAlester Pepsi can hook you up with all of your beverage needs. We are not your typical soda company. McAlester Pepsi is the total beverage provider, from water to energy teas, juice, and soda, and so much more. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com or give us a call, 918-423-2360. McAlester Pepsi, proud sponsor of the 2022 football season.
So if you're listening on the radio, I know that you're probably catching it as it's coming up, but if you're watching on the YouTube stream, I know you're way behind. You just saw Coweta score a touchdown. So I know that we're having some buffering. Again, Wi-Fi is not the best here, but at least we're going to get to watch it a little bit. Again, we're doing the best we can with what we got. 1st and 10 for the Coweta Tigers at their own 44-yard line. 9:52 left to go in the half. Tigers lead 7-0. Here's the snap. Starks will roll right. Looking to pass. Pass the near side. Caught by Ford, who once again is open. Gets past the 50-yard line, and he'll be down at the McAlester 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of, make that 7. To be fair, we did ask for the press box Wi-Fi, which is very strong, and no one knew the password. Yeah. So I will mention that. Here's a snap and handoff to Bell. Bell down the near sideline, and he's going to get good yardage for another Tiger first down. The only people that have been able to stop the Tigers on offense is themselves. Into the McAlester 39-yard line. And that'll move the chains. Ball on the right hash. 2 receivers right, 1 left. The snap. Keeper, Starks, up the middle. This time he meets the defensive line. Good play there by the front seven of the Buffaloes to bring up second down and long.
They went with the read option right there again. That's what they've hit quite a few times here in the first couple of drives. This time Malachi Rice along with Garrett Shumway staying home. Nykylan Starks then didn't have anywhere to move. Gets a pickup of only 1 yard because the Buffaloes stayed home and didn't take the bait on the read option.
Second down and 9 upcoming. 8:55 left to go in the half. 2 receivers left. Looks like we have 1 right. Again, always got to look out for Mason Ford wherever he's at. I believe he's in the slot right now on the left side. Bell to the right side of Stark. 6 to snap it. Here it is. Quick pass far side. It'll be caught by Ford. Ford tries to make his way around the corner. He's going to get yardage past the 35-yard line down to about the 33. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 up for the Tigers. They got to get out to the 29-yard line of McAlester. And even then, they might go for it on 4th down. This is only the second 3rd down they've attempted all game. 8:19 remaining here in the half.
They're in that no man's land territory there, partner. And that right there, again, right after you said, look, watch for Mason Ford, they throw a hot route to him. Ford gets behind his blocker out there on the wide receiver spot, picked up 4 yards.
2 receivers right, 1 left. 3rd and 5. Make it 3rd and 4. The snap. Starks fakes the pass right. Steps up. He can try to run it. Instead, he'll toss late. Has a man open. Caught inside the 20-yard line. And it'll be slung out of bounds into the red zone. And a late flag is coming in as well. It's out of our kind of vision right here. Again, if you look about 2 yards away or 2 feet away from where we're at, we have the stands here. So we can't see what happened after the tackle. But if it's our luck here tonight, it's probably on McAlester. They've already accumulated 40 penalty yards here tonight. And if this is a late hit or unnecessary roughness or whatever, this is going to be, I think you're in the area of half the distance to the goal. Yeah, personal foul on McAlester. Too many dumb penalties. That's just how it is. And now Coweta is knocking on the door of getting into the end zone again. Coweta has only committed 1 penalty, and it was a false start. No, excuse me, 2. They had a false start, and they had an illegal shift. 7:50 left to go here in the first half. Buffalo's trailing 7-0, but the Tigers 8 yards away from making this a 2-score game. Starks puts a man in motion. That's in their tight end. He'll have a designed run left. Again, that all the blocks are filled up, but he goes around the corner. We have a flag coming in as he goes towards the pylon, but is tackled about a yard shy over there in the south end zone. This is around the area of holding around the 10-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be holding because they actually tackled Lance Stone in the backfield.
From where the flag was at was right between the 9 and 10-yard line. So this will bring up what's important, first down and goal from about the 20-yard line.
Right now, if you're the Buffaloes, you have got to put a better head on your shoulders. Like you said, too many not smart penalties. They had the late hit out of bounds just a second ago, the holds that are killing drives. But right there, they got one to break their way. Now they got to grit their teeth and go make a play defensively.
Snap, rolling right on 1st and goal from the 19. Starks passes. It is caught, and instead of going for the tackle, they went for the shoulder tackle. Caught by number 30, Carson Flannery, into the end zone. That's going to be a tough one to swallow for the Buffalo defense. The Buffalo D went for a hit to try to knock the ball loose after the catch. They didn't wrap up, and getting right off that tackle was Carson Flannery, and it is a 13-0 game here early. 7:32 left to go here in the first half, second quarter. Stevens on to attempt the PAT. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good, and the Buffaloes trail 14-0 with 7:32 left to go in the half right here on KNED.
At Compass Capital Management, you'll receive confidence in your financial security as we provide direction, clarity, and vision for your future. Go to CompassCapitalMGT.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501. For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
So McAllister's got to find an answer to Nykylan Starks and the Coweta Tiger offense immediately. They have had 3 drives, and 2 of them they have just cut through the McAlester defense. They've only faced 2 third downs, and one was on 3rd and 1, one was on 3rd and 9, and Starks proven that he can fling it just as much as he can run it. And the Buffaloes are trying to strike back. Again, they found themselves down 2 scores against the Tigers, against the Del City Eagles last week. Immediately, kickoff return for a touchdown and pull back within a score. McAlester needs a similar spark right now, because right now all the momentum is over here on the near sideline.
Well, we have this quick chance. That was a 6-play, 56-yard touchdown drive that took 2 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock. Capped off that 19-yard touchdown pass to Nykylan Starks to Carson Flannery. That's your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. Bishop's Funeral Service is a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
So back deep to return once again, Baugh and Bradley. Last 2 kicks by Parker Stevens have sailed into the end zone. Can he make it 3 for 3? Here we go. It's another line drive, sideways spinning kick. That'll be touched at the 2-yard line, and we're going to have to bring it out. That's going to be Bradley. Bradley can't get anywhere. The kick return team by the Tigers tackles him down at the 10, and McAlester has 90 yards to go. And McAlester, here's the deal, they haven't moved the ball terribly. The problem with 2 of their drives, drive-killing penalties. I mean, on your last drive, you were moving the ball well, and then you had 2 holding penalties, and you eventually were facing 3rd and 39. So you got to be better.
Yeah, you just got to get, you just got to get your head out of the gutter, start making smart plays, and just know where you're placing your hands. And also, you had the late hit out of bounds. Know your surroundings. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. And just play smart football.
1st and 10, here's the snap. Hand off Moten right side. Moten skips past a man to the 15-yard line. This will be a gain of about 3. 2nd down and 7. Wyatt, I know you're our board operator back over at McAlester Radio. I keep on getting messages that our video is lagging real bad. So, again, if you can put it out on Facebook or social media or something that, again, it's due to the reception here. We weren't received a Wi-Fi password that was going to end up working really well. The press box didn't know the Wi-Fi password, so we're running off of a personal hotspot where we have a lot of people currently. 2nd and 7, here's the snap. Handoff, once again over to Moten. Moten is trying to just power his way forward as much as he can, but he only gets to about the 17 or 18-yard line. Still not a bad gain, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and medium-ish, 3rd and 4. Still inside their own 20. 6:32 left to go here in the first half. Buffalo's trailing 14-0.
Another power run right there by Moten. Moten is running the football like he did last year. Hasn't got a lot of touches so far this year. Last year he was just a hard, physical bruiser type of a running back to McCarty's speed and wanted to get the outside. And Dakota Moten has back out there again. Look for him to get the ball again.
3rd and 4. Screen pass far side. It'll be caught and immediately a tackle. That will not do it. There's no gain on the screen pass out to the far side, and that'll bring up 4th down. Once again, the Buffaloes will have to punt the ball once again. But one thing they want to do is stop this Coweta offense. 5:43 and ticking left to go in the first half. McAlester will go 3 and out.
They run the little spin route with Nathan, Caden hitting Jaden Chaney. Great read right there by the Coweta Tiger defense.
Les now gets the snap. We'll punt this one away. Spiraling punt. That'll be taken at the 46-yard line of McAlester. Ford is tackled quickly. Good way to cover that punt by number 6, Eli Chapman. But still, the Tigers are going to start this drive on the McAlester side of the 50. So they're going to put the ball at about the 45 or 44. Still waiting on the man.
43.
43-yard lines where they're going to start this drive. Ball in the far hash.
Buffalo defense is getting exhausted. They've been out here all game long. Now Jordan Clark is going to be at the safety position with Blaze Ball. And you know this Buffalo defense is going to do everything they can, grit their teeth, try to get off the field, and get the ball back to their offense.
So here's the snap. Handoff, Bell. Bell right side, finds a gap, crashing through past the 40-yard line. Another decent gain, this one of about 4 to bring up 2nd down and 6. And plus, the Tigers get the ball to start off the second half. So if McAlester can't get some stops, and the only stop they had was because Starks made an ill-advised throw towards the end zone that was up for grabs, and the McAlester Buffaloes got a pick. Other than that, they haven't really faced much opposition right now. 2 third downs that they both overcome.
Now, right now, anything the Tigers are doing, they're having success with throwing the football, running the football on the edges, between the tackles. The Tigers executing perfectly.
Snap. Starks looking left. He'll toss over the middle. It'll be caught close to the sticks. I think he got the first down by about a yard. That'll move the chains here for the Tigers. Stopping the clock. Now they'll restart it. Under 4.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. 14-0 game, Tigers lead.
Nice pass right there, Colin Starks.
First down and 10, Starks rolling right. He'll pass right. This one's going to be caught again. I think he's only missed on one pass, and that was the interception.
He had an overthrow in the end zone.
That's right. That's a gain of about 8. 2nd down and 2 upcoming. Ball at the 25-yard line of McAlester. 4:01 left to go here in the half. Snap, handoff, Bell up the middle. Doesn't get much. 3rd down and short will be upcoming.
But as we were saying, the Kylan Starks he's missed on one overthrow and then the interception. Other than that, he is finding the soft spots in the Buffalo defense. 2 plays ago, they ran about the same route with Carson Flannery as Blaze Ball wrapped him up, then went for the full tackle instead of the shoulder tackle like we saw the Buffalo defense go on the previous drive. They went for the touchdown for the Tigers. And they're just finding soft spots right now in the McAlester defense, throwing the football.
3rd and short, here's the snap. And we're going to be having a flag coming in. And this one looks like it could be a false start on the Tigers.
The way that they blew the whistle as soon as the snap, it's going to be should be a false start.
Oh, it's offsides on the offense.
Okay.
They had a receiver that was lined up past the neutral zone. And that's what one of the officials on the far side is telling the receiver. The receiver never checked over to the official to see, hey, am I good? And you'll see a lot of receivers, if you don't watch a lot of football, you'll see them point over towards the referee saying, am I good? And they'll tell them if they're good or not. And that time, I don't think he did. Again, that was on number 20, I believe. That would have been Kevin Robinson. 3rd and 8 upcoming with 3:03 left to go in the half.
That just goes back to the speed that Coweta's wanting to play with. You know, they want to get up there, snap the football, and go. Just didn't check, and that's something you need to make sure of.
They'll take a timeout right now. We'll take it as well. 2:57 left to go in the half. Tigers lead 14-0 on K. CryoShock McAlester will help you with athletic performance and recovery. Whole body cryotherapy causes inhibition of inflammation, which results in a reduction of pain and swelling. WBC is the natural and safe way to prevent or eliminate joint pain associated with the following: rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, muscle sprain and strain, sports injuries, and repetitive motion injury. Make cryotherapy part of your wellness regimen. Fast and convenient for rapid recovery of injuries. CryoShock McAlester, 405 East Chickasaw Suite C, McAlester.
KC Farm Machinery in McAlester is having an end-of-season sale on all 2022 Gravely commercial zero-turn mowers. We carry Gravely zero-turns from 42 up to 60-inch cuts. The 2023s are coming soon, so now's the time to take advantage of the discounts available on all 2022 Gravely zero-turn models. There's no better time to get that new Gravely commercial zero-turn. Your local independent Gravely dealer in McAlester is KC Farm Machinery, right next to the McAlester Union Stockyards.
So 3rd down and 8 upcoming for the Coweta Tigers inside the McAlester 30-yard line. And this is a big chance for the Buffaloes to maybe get the ball back. Again, the Tigers will get the ball to start off the second half. Right now, 2:57 remaining in the first half. And a 14-0 game, advantage Coweta. In the gun, 2 receivers left. Here's the snap on 3rd and 8. Starks rolls left. He's under pressure now. He's going to roll back right, looking deep, tossing deep towards the end zone. This one is going to be incomplete. 4th down and 8 upcoming.
Great play right there by the Kylan Starks to actually see the pressure from Lance Stone. Great pressure getting there by Lance Stone. You could tell that Lance Stone is more of a bruiser, and he's going to go up the middle. He's just going to use his strength because the Kylan Starks seen it, put a foot in the ground. Lance Stone took him a second to come back around, but then the Buffalo defense, front seven, was able to then force on the Kylan Starks, fire one down the field, and he was guarded by Eli Chapman, and that ball just sailed way out of bounds. Great play right there by the Buffalo defense. And also credit this secondary right there by getting a zone sack by making the Kylan Starks then get on the move and throw the ball.
In the gun, 4th and 8. They're going for it, looking left. Starks goes deep, one-on-one towards the end zone. It is incomplete, but we're going to be having pass interference in the end zone. This will give the Tigers a 1st down. One-on-one towards the far sideline. It was Eli Chapman with Mason Ford. That'll put, well, not inside the 20, I don't believe just yet. I think they'll put him probably right at the 20-yard line.
Got to turn around and find the football. That is why the flag was thrown there on Chaz Bradley. He was in great position. If Chaz Bradley actually turns around, finds the football, there's no flag, and he possibly gets the interception as well on that play.
So, again, that will move the chains once again for the Tigers to inside, actually the 15-yard line. 3 men will move over to the right side of the line. Here's the snap. It'll be a handoff over to Bell. Bell trying to work his way around defenders. Doesn't have a lot of chances to do so. Gain of only 1 out to the 14-yard line. 2:35 left to go in the first half. Again, Tigers leading 14-0, threatening to make it a 3-score game. Even a field goal will make this a 3-score game. Again, if you are trying to watch on YouTube, if you're listening right here, make sure that you go ahead and tell everybody else who's trying to watch on the YouTube stream that the reason why we're having a delay and a big-time buffer is because, again, we don't have reliable Wi-Fi. We weren't given it. We had to go work off a personal hotspot, so we are doing the best we can. Here's the snap. Starks back to pass. He'll pass left towards the end zone. This one is almost intercepted by McCarty. 2 Buffalo defenders were in the area, both with a chance to pick the ball off. Tigers got lucky there. 3rd down and 9 upcoming for Coweta inside the red zone.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Malachi Rice actually getting pressure, getting upfield on the Kylan Starks. Just showing the athleticism and the football IQ of the Kylan Starks, spilling the pressure from guys like Garrett Shumway, Malachi Rice, Lance Stone. They're getting pressure, but the shorter quarterback in the Kylan Starks is able to see it, get away from it. Kind of reminding me right now the way he's moving around and throwing on the run like a Kyler Murray-esque type of quarterback. And that one just a good play there by the Buffalo defense.
3rd and 9, rolling right. Starks going to try to run it. He's got some room. He gets past the defender, scoots right past another one, and dives into the end zone. Buffaloes are down 3 scores. And the number 1 team in the state in Class 5A is right now skating on thin ice. So now Parker Stevens will try to make this a 21-point game. And by the way, we'll have some injury updates when we come back from the sideline from the McAlester News Capital here in just a moment after the timeout after this PAT attempt. The snap, hold, kick is up. It's good. Buffaloes trail 21-0. About 2:20 left to go in the first half on K.
Welcome to Allstate, where DriveWise and the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback. And by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact McAlester Allstate agent Lyle Whitworth for a quote today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to healthcare at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance, and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442.
Welcome back to Coweta, Oklahoma, where the Tigers are making a statement right now to the rest of the state saying that, hey, I think we may be the number one team. They're leading the Buffaloes 21-0, and Stevens is going to kick this one back as this will be an end-over-end kick. That'll be caught in the end zone and another touchback there for Stevens. 3 out of his 4 kicks to the Buffaloes have been into the end zone, and McAlester, with 2 timeouts and 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, really need to get something going here. The defense has not been able to stop the high-powered Coweta offense. And since the first drive, McAlester has not been able to make it past the 50-yard line. A couple of drives, they moved it really well. The other 2 drives, they had the 3 and out. But it's really been penalties that have killed their 2 drives that they were driving.
Speaking about drives, that was a 9-play, 43-yard drive. Took 2 minutes, 56 seconds off the clock. Capped off with that 14-yard run by Nykylan Starks. The PAT by Parker Stevens was good. That's your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services and love your McAlester Buffaloes.
So ball will be on the left side of Caden Less now. Here's the snap. Handoff, ball, right side. There's nothing going on there. Loss of about a yard. Second down and 11 upcoming. Eric McCarty has been in and out, and speaking of in and out, he just comes right back in. Again, he's been dealing with a bone bruise on his right leg, and of course, you know, he's been dealing with that hand ever since the Week 0 game. Ethan Watkins, we told you about how he was limping off the field towards the far side. He has ice on his ankle right now. Turf can be sometimes hard to play on. McAlester does it, but again, it can be hard to play on.
Yeah, you know, that's something a lot of people talk about, and a lot of people have said that you should get away from turf, go back to grass for football because of it.
Snap. Screen pass, far side. It will be caught by Bradley. Bradley down the far sideline. He'll try to make his way past the 25. There's nowhere to go. This Coweta defense is suffocating McAllister's offense right now. He does get positive yardage out to about the 29-yard line to bring up, 22 and a half yard line. I thought he got a little bit more. Again, we're so close to the field that we don't have a great vantage point like we normally do, and we're going to be having a timeout called here, and we'll take it with 1:25 left to go in the half on.
Football season. The most wonderful time of the year. Except for Christmas, of course. And now is a good time to head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester because we have new cars on the lot. Right now, Patriot is offering 1.9% financing for 72 months on the Jeep Wagoner and 2.9% for 72 months and $2,500 cash back on the new Ram 1500 Lone Star and Bighorn Crew Cab. Patriot is a proud sponsor of McAlester Buffalo football.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So 3rd down and 8. Coweta takes their second time out of the half to try to get the ball back and score again before the end of the half. They already lead 21-0. Here's the snap. Les now rolling right, looking back door. No one's open. Looks downfield, tosses late. Has a man that was breaking open, but he just throws it away. So that will stop the clock with, I didn't think any time went off the clock, did it? We're still at 1:23.
They moved the clock up during the timeout from 1:25 to about 1:31.
So it's now down to 1:23. We have 2 officials that are speaking right now. Was there a flag that was thrown? I believe there was.
There's a flag.
They're waving it off now. Again, McAlester has just been brutal on the flags. It's been bad. The penalties have been way in favor of the Coweta Tigers. But a lot of it is, again, warranted. McAlester hasn't played a smart game. Caden Less now back inside his own 15 to punt this ball away to the Tigers with 1:23 left to go in the half. And the Tigers also have a timeout. They've only stopped themselves so far. Snap. Punting it away is Less now. Spiraling punt. That'll be fair caught. Let's see if they put him at the 50 or the 49. It looks like it's going to be the 50-yard line. So smack dab. Oh, no, they're going to put it at the 49. 49 of McAlester with 1:17 left to go in the half, and Buffalo's trailing big, 21-0. If you thought McAlester struggled against Del City early, they've had a harder time coming here against the Tigers. It's just been, I mean, the Tigers, you talk about throwing haymakers. I mean, you like using boxing analogies a lot. They have been throwing haymaker after haymaker. There have been no body punches by the Tigers. It's all big swings.
Absolutely no body punches. The Tigers are just lining up, and they're just punching McAlester right in the face and saying, if you don't like it, stop it. And right now McAlester has they have no way of fixing it just yet on the Tigers, because their Tigers are just 5-6 yards here on a pass, 5-6 yards here on a pass, and they're just doing whatever they want offensively right now.
So 1st and 10 from the McAlester 49. Starks back to pass. Now it's a designed quarterback run up the middle. He passes the 40-yard line, slides down in bounds at the 40. So that'll keep the clock running, but still they got plenty of time. 1:05 left to go in the half. It's a 3-score game. All 3 of those scores touchdowns, 21-0. 2nd down and 1 upcoming for the Tigers at the 40.
Just typical QB draw right there. Lyman pops up like a pass, gets the defense out of play. They come up. Some of them came up on a blitz. Some of them drop. Great play.
Snap, screen pass, out near side, caught by Grammer. Grammer works around the block. There should be a hold there. He'll be knocked out of bounds. That's a blatant hold that was missed around the corner there. And no, it wasn't missed. Again, we're so low to the turf that we can't see where some of the flags are at. The flag's at the 39-yard line. That was a hold, clear as day on the receiver, as it was number 9. That's Noah Lloyd that tried to hold the block. And now we'll back up the Tigers with 39 seconds left to go in the half. Back up to where they started the drive. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Right here by the Buffaloes. You got them back. Now they're behind the chains on 2nd and 10, back to where the drive started. And if you're the McAlester defense, you got to just grit your teeth and you got to do something right here defensively.
Snap. Starks fakes the pass, goes deep. It will be caught. Juggling catch. Did he maintain control? McAlester says that it should have been incomplete. The referees are giving him the catch. That was bobbling as he was going down to the turf. But again, we're in a rough spot right here to see when he landed, how the ball looked. So 1st down and 10. That'll move the chains. 28 seconds left to go in the half. Empty backfield. Here's the snap. We do have a flag. I think there's too many men on the field. There is. You have 4 receivers, but then you also have an H-back, I believe. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
4 receivers, a quarterback.
12 with the quarterback, yeah.
Or is that a false start? Or do we have a timeout? Offsides on the offense. So once again, someone lined up past the line of scrimmage.
He didn't make sure he was set up right.
Actually, no, they had 11. The H-back wasn't the running back, so they didn't have a running back on that series. They just had an H-back on the right side. So they did have, well, no, still that would be, no, we're right. We're right. He had 11. But they just had someone that was lined up past the line of scrimmage. And now they're stopping time. We'll take a quick timeout then, and we'll be back in about 30.
Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, well, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale. On now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Welcome back to Coweta, Oklahoma. Again, we also want to remind everyone that if you are trying to watch on the video stream, I would say rewind a little bit. You're not going to be up to date. You're not going to be up to time. But again, you won't be having as much buffering if you rewind your stream a little bit. So you can listen live on KNED and keep up with it that way. But again, due to the poor signal and the poor connection that we have over here in Coweta, it's not coming through as clear. But when you watch it on playback, you'll be able to watch the whole thing without any buffering. So keep that in mind. 27 seconds left to go here in the first half. Buffaloes burn their second timeout. Buffaloes trail 21-0. Here's the snap. Starks rolling out to the right, looking down the middle of the field. He is almost sacked. Now he's rolling out to the left, tossing off of 1 foot. It's almost a perfect pass, and instead it's intercepted by the Buffaloes. Another interception. Is this one by Chaz Bradley? It looks like it is. And if it is, that's Bradley's 5th pick of the season, coming in the 6th game of the year. That will prevent the Tigers from scoring again. Coach Harper goes to speak with Nykylan Starks and says, he's even smiling a little bit, says, man, you don't need to do too much. You're doing a great job. He's thrown 2 bad passes, and they were both interceptions. So we'll see what McAlester decides to do. They have 15 seconds and only 1 timeout, and they have not been able to move the ball past the Coweta 35-yard line. Actually, excuse me, past the 25-yard line. We'll have McCarty to the left side of Les now. Here's the snap. Handoff McCarty. McCarty up the middle. He will break out of a tackle. He will push himself past the 20-yard line. We have 2 flags rolling in, and the clock is stopped at 8.5 seconds. McCarty's been battling injuries in the first half. He's back into the game. He has been back for the majority of the second quarter, I believe.
Personal foul face mask.
Yep, as he was making his way through the middle. So that will tack on an extra 15 yards from that. McAlester has a timeout that they can burn, but the penalty should keep the clock stopped, shouldn't it?
It should. It was a defensive penalty.
So they don't need to use a timeout here, and we'll see what they can do in about 8 seconds. Here's a snap. Left side, Lesnow's going to try to run it. Lesnow breaking through 3 tackles. He'll be tackled with 3 seconds left to go in the half, and the McAlester Buffaloes call timeout with 2. So we'll see what they decide to do with 2 seconds left to go in the half. We'll take a quick timeout on K.
We're celebrating 40 years of being a Nissan dealership here at Fenton Nissan of McAlester, and we're proud to be one of the oldest in the nation.
We're honored to serve our local communities and look forward to serving you in the years to come.
Come meet our friendly staff and see why we are the best deal dealer.
Buy any vehicle this month and get entered to win 2 OU or OSU football tickets.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent you.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer.
Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
I used to have a friend whose car got sideswiped by another vehicle. No mechanical damage, but it sure left him with an ugly ride. The insurance company offered to repair it, but my friend decided to take the money and run. That's a bad move. A year later, he had to sell it, and that's when he discovered that a little paint and body work would have doubled the resale value on his car. Invest your money wisely. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester.
So the Buffaloes have time for one more play, and McCarty's going to line up as a receiver here. Empty backfield, 5 wide, 1.5 seconds left to go in the half. Let's see what we got. Back to pass Lesnow. Lesnow's going to be sacked. No one came for Carson Flannery on the outside, and he was sacked for a big loss. And that'll end the first half, and that was one of the ugliest first halves that McAlester has had in quite a while. But again, the Coweta Tigers, they came out, they punched McAlester in the mouth. How do you respond? We'll find out in the second half. Coweta will get the ball to start up the second half. We're going to be having your McAlester Buffalo halftime show brought to you by Pop Scuttlecorn beginning here in about 5 minutes. Again, at the end of the first half, Coweta leading McAlester 21-0 on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester. If you're looking for a truck and you want to save a buck, then you're in luck. It's time for a new Ford truck. If you're wanting it for fun in the sun, work or play, today is your lucky day. Like I said, today is the day, so don't delay. Get off your seat and try the truck that won't be beat. So come on down to Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
Vickers Power Sports. Drop by and check out our selection of Can-Am, Polaris, and Kawasaki side-by-sides and ATVs in stock. Vickers Power Sports also offers a 45-minute express lube and filter service. Plus, we carry a full line of parts and accessories like sound bars, roofs, windshields, and more, all in stock. Vickers Power Sports. Call us at 918-423-3306 or go to vickerspowersports.com. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated, and both offer clean, comfortable rooms at a great price, of course. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of the 2022 football season, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. And remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Chakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years. Now that's saying something. At Compass Capital Management, you'll receive confidence in your financial security as we provide direction, clarity, and vision for your future. Go to CompassCapitalMGT.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501.
McAlester Pepsi has got what you need. From food service to vending or just plain customer service, McAlester Pepsi can hook you up with all of your beverage needs. We are not your typical soda company. McAlester Pepsi is the total beverage provider, from water to energy teas, juice, and soda, and so much more. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com or give us a call, 918-423-2360.
For more than 50 years,
proud
First
sponsor.
Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
CryoShock McAlester will help you with athletic performance and recovery. Whole body cryotherapy causes inhibition of inflammation, which results in a reduction of pain and swelling. WBC is the natural and safe way to prevent or eliminate joint pain associated with the following: rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, muscle sprain and strain, sports injuries, and repetitive motion injury. Make cryotherapy part of your wellness regimen. Fast and convenient for rapid recovery of injuries. CryoShock McAlester, 405 East Chickasaw Suite C, McAlester.
KC Farm Machinery in McAlester is having an end-of-season sale on all 2022 Gravely commercial zero-turn mowers. We carry Gravely zero-turns from 42 up to 60-inch cuts. The 2023s are coming soon, so now's the time to take advantage of the discounts available on all 2022 Gravely zero-turn models. There's no better time to get that new Gravely commercial zero-turn. Your local independent Gravely dealer in McAlester is KC Farm Machinery, right next to the McAlester Union Stockyards.
We're at halftime at Tiger Stadium in Coweta, Oklahoma. Our score is McAlester 0 and the Coweta Tigers 21. As we look at the first half, it's not been pretty for the McAlester Buffaloes. I mean, the score tells that. I don't think McAlester has had a 21-point deficit in a game since they were down to the El Reno Indians in the 5A quarterfinals in 2020. The score at halftime out of that game was 28-7. a lot like the game tonight. McAlester could not move the ball other than one screen pass to Gavin Johnson that went all the way down the near sideline for a touchdown. McAllister's offense didn't really get it going. And El Reno's offense moved at will. So it's a pretty big, reminder of that this game's not over. McAlester has used Buffalo magic. We just saw it last week. They scored 2 touchdowns in 45 seconds. So if you're trying to tune out of this one, I would not suggest that you do so because McAlester is a fan of the dramatic, but right now they have a lot of work to do. So we're going to be looking at the first half, but first, I want to let everyone know this is the Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town, a veteran-owned business. Phillip, your opinion on the first half?
It's about as bad as it could get, honestly.
It could be worse.
I mean, it could be worse.
The Tigers threw 2 interceptions near their red zone.
They did throw 2 interceptions on 2 ill-advised throws by McAlester Starks. That's your only breaks. I'm not trying to take anything away from, the Buffaloes or Coweta, but, I mean, just it's as sloppy and as bad as you could honestly think offensively. You get your first drive, you're moving down the field, and then you get 2 penalties. Get the false start, get the hold. And you find yourself behind the chains, and it kills your drive. And we harp on it all year long. We sound like broken records, and I'm sorry if we do that. But this game is such a pivotal, it's such a pivotal thing in the game, not to put yourself behind the chains and shoot your own foot off. And the Buffaloes have done that time and time again so far.
The thing that I look at is you can't do that, especially considering what you're dealing with right now. 1, you're dealing with a top 5 team in the state.
Yeah.
2, you're dealing with injuries. I mean, Ethan Watkins, he left. I don't think I remember seeing him coming back into the game in the first half, but he had an ice pack on his ankle before the end of the first half. Eric McCarty has been in and out. There was a large portion of the first quarter and to begin the second quarter where he wasn't out there as well. Again, trying to, make himself again as healthy as he can, so to where when he's out there, he can provide the impact that we know he can make. So when you put yourself behind the sticks, when some of your best players aren't out there, you're already down a receiver in Jackson Lauerman. So and now you're down a second receiver in Ethan Watkins. So when you're looking at your receiver room, you're down Lauerman, you're down Watkins. You have Chaz Bradley, who at first you could have used as a receiver or a running back. Now he's having to be used as solely a receiver right now. Eli Chapman, who's a receiver, but he's got a cast on his left wrist, so it's hard to catch passes, or on one of his wrists. I can't remember if it's left or his right, but it's hard for him to catch passes right now. So then Braden Bumpus, who has not been a receiver in his 2 years that we've seen him so far, as a receiver gets his first reception of his career on an RPO over the middle. So Buffaloes are having to step in real quick and fill some shoes, and when you have penalties like you did, you're already setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and you don't want to put yourself too far behind the chains. You don't want to shoot your foot off so bad, especially with a team like Coweta, because, 1, they're number 3 in Class 5A. But also, you don't want to be punting the ball from deep inside your own territory, because Mason Ford is one heck of a returner. He does things with the football that not everybody is able to do. And Mason Ford has yet to have a possession for the Coweta Tigers start on their side of the 50 just due to his returning of the punts.
Yeah, so if we're looking at the scoring plays in the first half, McAlester turned the ball over after a really good opening drive, getting it down to about the 25-yard line, but we talked about the penalties. Then Coweta went on a long drive, took off 5 minutes off the clock in that drive, and it finished off with an 8-yard touchdown pass from Starks over to Lolo Bell. Then we had a punt. McAlester gets an INT. They have a chance to go tie it up again. But then they had to punt the ball away again after, again, a promising drive. But then penalties made it 3rd and 39. So then you have a 19-yard pass from Starks over to Flannery, in which, again, McAlester had a chance to be able to stop that play on 3rd down. But, again, you had a shoulder tackle instead of wrapping up, and he just bounced right off it. The tight end was strong enough to do that to get into the end zone. Then McAlester goes 3 and out. Then you had the 14-yard touchdown run by Starks once again on 3rd down. And then McAlester punted. McAlester was able to get an interception as the time was winding down. But, again, McAlester with only 15 seconds left in the first half couldn't really do much with it. They were able to get it out to about the 45-yard line before they took a sack on a guy that came in wide open. I mean, Flannery is a big dude, and he's got a lot of sacks. If you're looking at what Flannery did for the Tigers last year, he had 62 tackles, 16 for a loss, 8 sacks. You can't leave a guy like that with an open lane to the quarterback, and that is exactly what he had. So a lot of mental errors from McAlester. A lot of it is physical. A lot of it is Coweta is just is dominating both lines of scrimmage right now. But also a lot of it, to make it. I mean, if it was just the physical aspect of things and it wasn't the mental side of things, you'd be looking at a 14-0 game. But the mental mistakes has made this a 3-score game.
I mean, the pass interference on Chaz Bradley that occurred in the end zone that we spoke on, you turn around and find the football, you probably pick it in the end zone, or let alone the ball's going to hit the ground, and it's going to be, and that was on 4th down.
On 4th down.
So that gives you the football there. If you turn around and find the football, you had the late hit out of bounds, which is just not smart.
Not smart.
Like, when you start getting to the sideline, there's supposed to be a ticker in your brain that knows, I cannot hit this man here, but your emotions get high. Football's such an emotion game, and you start playing with your emotions, and that's when you start getting the penalties like that. And we can't help but harp on it because those are added on to the drives and stuff like that, drive extenders when you're on defense, as opposed to being on offense and then being drive killers.
So as we look at the injuries again, we already mentioned them. And really, there hasn't been a difference maker for McAlester. I mean, because there hasn't been much of a difference that was made. Honestly, if you're looking at the difference maker, it's been the secondary play. You've had 2 interceptions to make this not a 5-score game and going into halftime. Like we said, it could be worse. Coweta was driving, and those 2 near red zone interceptions has made this still a game that's within reach. Yep. But Coweta had a chance to give a knockout punch to McAlester early. So, McAllister's not only in danger right now, though, of losing the game, but again, you only beat Del City by 1 point. So here's the deal. If you have a 3-way tie, if Coweta doesn't beat Del City, if Del City beats Coweta, you're looking at that 1-point difference. And if you can't make up the points and you can't beat Coweta, you're looking at going from 1st to 3rd based off of points if you're looking at a 3-way tie, assuming that the rest of the teams beat out the rest of the teams. But right now, McAllister's got to put it in gear.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely, partner. Absolutely. Like, I mean, as a former player of the team, of this program, you've been in situations like this before. I remember, I want to say we were down 14 or 21. I think it was 14 to nothing against Ardmore in 2011. And I remember this clearly. We send a guy back there to return a punt. The punt hits right off his hands. Ardmore jumps on the football. They score. We go to the locker room, and I want to say it was either 14-0 or 21-0 when we go to the locker room. And that was one of the most intense locker room sessions that I've ever felt, player-wise, coach-wise, because
this one will rival it, I promise you.
And this one's going to rival it because you played so selfishly by holding, late hit, pass interference, false starts. You played so selfish football, and you're getting dominated on the offensive defensive line that Coweta's just doing whatever they want to do to you right now. Mm. And they're finding they're finding those 6-7 yard spots, and then McAlester has to make up the difference. But when you got guys like Lolo Bell, Mason Ford, Justice Grammer, guys that have that kind of speed, when you give them a cushion and they get the 5 or 6 yard out route, that's when they start turning it up and going 11, 12 yards on you.
Yeah, and since we only have 2, I'm meaning to go away from the game a little bit because we have to look at some scores real quick. Since we only have 2 of them, there's no sense in having an entire break dedicated to it. So real quick, our scoreboard update brought to you by Beautiful Rooms Furniture. They're all stocked up with bargains in every section. Living room, bedroom, dining room, and more, plus a nice selection of mattresses from Simmons, Assemble, and Corsicana. Buy on time with 100 days, same as cash, no credit check needed, or 0% for 12 months with approved credit. Stop in and say hi to Kermit, Todd, and Rocky. Beautiful homes begin at Beautiful Rooms Furniture, 815 East Wyandotte, McAlester. Only 2 games happening tonight, partner. What are the scores on those 2 games?
Well, if anybody out there listening can confirm, the source I have is Quentin 46, nothing over Midway, but it said the game's final.
Final? Well, that's because it would be a, at the halftime, or at the halftime you could have a...
But I thought it had to be at least 50 at half.
It depends, but again, that could be the final right there.
So,
and now we have one more game that's going on.
The last update I had from my source was 7-6 Atoka in the second quarter, but
Holdenville just scored?
Holdenville scores. It's 14-7 at half.
I'm so impressed with the comeback of Holdenville. That is cool. But I still got to root for Atoka because my wife's from Atoka, so I'm in trouble if I don't root for the Wampus Cats there. All right, we will now take a break, and we're going to be looking at some halftime stats when we return. Again, this is the Buffalo halftime show brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town, a veteran-owned business. McAlester down 21-0 at the break. Welcome back to the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Pob's Kettle Corn in Old Town, a veteran-owned business. The score at the end of the first half, McAlester trailing the Coweta Tigers 21-0, and their largest deficit since the 2020 quarterfinals in El Reno, a game in which they won. So keep that in mind. But McAllister's going to have to make up a lot of ground and have a huge shift in momentum. Let's go ahead and let's look at the halftime stats. Once again, thank you to Larry Barnett, as always, doing an excellent job. Let's start off with Coweta. Now, Kylan Starkins ran the ball 7 times for 55 yards and a touchdown. We've had Lolo Bell run the ball 6 times for 20 yards, and Mason Ford 2 times for 12 yards. Looking at Starks through the air, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He is 12 for... That is 17, 12 for 17 with 2 touchdown throws and 2 interceptions, and he's been spreading it out. Number 20 for the Tigers, that is Kevon Robinson, has had 1 catch for 11 yards. Mason Ford, 8 catches for 55 yards in the first half. He'd be doing pretty good on your fantasy team. He also has a 5-yard touchdown catch. Number 2, Justice Grammer has a catch for 17 yards. Number 30, that is, again, Carson Flannery has a touchdown grab for 19 yards. And number 9, Noah Lloyd has a grab for 13 yards. Coweta's had more penalties than we thought. Again, they have had so far, what is that? They have had themselves 6 penalties. They've had 2 false starts, 2 holds, an offsides, and then a face mask to end off the first half. I think 2 of their penalties came in that end of the half, actually. Looking at your McAlester Buffaloes, Eric McCarty has had only 3 rushes for 18 yards. Blaze Ball has had 3 rushes for 0. Caden Lustnow has had 4 rushes for -3, but -9 of those yards come on a sack. Dakota Moten is your leading rusher, 5 for 28 yards, and Ethan Watkins, 1 carry for 11 yards. Watkins has had 1 pass for 33 yards on the very first play of the game. Lustnow has gone 1. That is 1. Let me go down the line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is 5 for 10 with 28 yards. Chaz Bradley has had 2 catches for, that is, 38 yards. Ethan Watkins has had 2 catches for 10. Braden Bumpus, 1 catch for 13. Carter Lance, 1 catch for 0. McAlester has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 penalties. Actually, only 1 more than Coweta, but their penalties have been in big-time situations. A personal foul, that was the late hit for 15 yards. They've had 3 holding penalties, 2 of them were back-to-back to make it 3rd down and forever. So at the end of the first half, McAlester had 54 rushing yards on 16 attempts, 61 passing yards on 11 attempts, 115 total yards, averaging almost 5 yards per play. So they're not moving the ball terribly. It's just that penalties are killing them right now in key situations on 27 plays. But when you look at the game itself, McAllister's getting a little bit tired because they're losing the time of possession right now. Coweta's had 32 plays. They have had 87 rushing yards on 15 attempts, 115 passing yards on 17 attempts, 202 total yards. They're averaging just a little over 6 yards a play. So they're not like, even though they have almost double the amount of yards as McAlester does, they're really not dominating when you're comparing them to yards per play. What McAlester can't do is they can get off the field on 3rd down and once 4th down so far tonight, and also penalties have been kicking their tail. So if you're looking at the keys of the second half, I got 2 of them right there for you.
Yeah, I mean, just got to be smart, man. Don't be selfish. Don't reach and grab. Turn around, find a football. Don't hit them when they're out of bounds. Don't be selfish. Just know where your hands are. Be aware of your surroundings. Secondly, you got to get off blocks up front. We've seen it time and time again on Saturday afternoons, Saturday nights, watching college football, watching NFL football. And when teams are able to just wear you down and all of a sudden then you don't get off blocks, it's going to be a long night. And right now the Buffaloes have a really long night ahead of them because they can't get off blocks up front. But with that being said, look for the Shumway boys to get off the blocks up front. Look for Malachi Rice to get off the blocks up front, along with the blitzing backers of Owen Russell, Pfeiffer Mitchell, and Lance Stone coming up the middle.
The opening drive of the second half will tell us the direction of how this game is going to go. If Coweta comes out and scores once again with ease, then this game might be over pretty quick. But if McAlester can get a stop, they're not going to be dead. I even expect them to make this a close game. Again, they've been here before. They know what to do, but they need to just do it but they're getting behind the 8 ball with some injuries too, so we're going to see what happens as we make our way towards the second half. Again, it will be Coweta getting the ball to start off the second half. This has been your Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Popsicle Corn in Old Town, a veteran-owned business. We'll hear from them, hear from some of our other sponsors, and then be right back here in just a moment on KNE.
Welcome to Allstate, where DriveWise and the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback, and by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact McAlester Allstate agent Lyle Whitworth for a quote today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary.
Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to healthcare at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance, and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442. Football season, the most wonderful time of the year, except for Christmas, of course. And now is a good time to head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester, because we have new cars on the lot. Right now, Patriot is offering 1.9% financing for 72 months on the Jeep Wagoner, and 2.9% for 72 months and $2,500 cash back on the new Ram 1500 Lone Star and Bighorn Crew Cab. Patriot is a proud sponsor of McAlester Buffalo football.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
About to begin the second half. This kickoff brought to you by Jet Tire Service for great deals on Michelin, Uniroyal, Kinda, and Cooper tires for your car, truck, or SUV. See Jet Tire Service in McAlester, serving Southeast Oklahoma since 1962. Don't fret, jettire.net. It was not on this day a year ago that McAlester ended up making a statement to the state in their big win over Coweta 33-2. Coweta is doing the same thing to the state, to McAlester right now, 21-0 at the break. McAlester has a chance to be able to turn this thing around if they can stop Coweta on this opening drive. It'll be a kickoff over to the Tigers, the first time that the Buffaloes have kicked off to Coweta tonight. So Trenton Greer will be able to put the ball over here on the near hash at the 40-yard line. And we're about ready to get back underway. Again, we are video streaming this, but again, we are behind severely due to poor internet connection. We are having to work off a personal hotspot in a crowded space, so that has made everything a little bit more just laggy. So keep it right here on KNED if you're listening this way, which obviously you are right now. So let's get back underway as Greer puts this one up in the air, end-over-end kick. That'll be taken at the 25-yard line, and they're going to work it forward. And he breaks forward past the 40-yard line, and then he'll get to the 44, but we do have a flag coming in around the 36. And usually on kickoff returns like that, unless there's a face mask, it's on the receiving team. Let's go ahead and turn our field mic back on now that we're back underway here in the second half. It's not like you can hear it from the official anyway. It is holding on the offense, the receiving team. So from the 35-yard line, that'll put him back 10 yards back to the 25, so it's pretty much if it was a touchback in college rules. So that is where the Tigers are going to start this drive as Nykylan Starks was doing it all in the first half.
This is going to be a huge tell right here by the Buffaloes. This is the worst field position that the Tigers have had all game. So we'll see right now how the Buffaloes come out and if they can get that line of scrimmage pushed back into Nykylan Starks' lap.
Starks threw for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns, but threw 2 picks near the red zone. 1st and 10. Here's the snap. It'll be a keeper by Starks. Starks is going to be met at the line of scrimmage. McAlester read it well. That's a good start to the second half of the Buffaloes. No gain on the carry. 2nd down and 10.
That's what we talked about during the half, getting off blocks up front. Good slam right there by Garrett Shumway. Good slam by Malachi Rice. They don't take the bait on the read option. Nykylan Starks has nowhere to go, and that's exactly what we've been talking about that the Buffaloes need to do.
2nd down and 10. In the gun, 2 receivers right. H-back right. Here's the snap. Starks rolling right, looking to pass. Passes down low. It'll be a sliding grab by Mason Ford. What a catch. That's going to be 2 yards shy of the first down. 3rd down and 2 upcoming here for the Tigers. Ball at the 33-yard line. They're going to try to rush back to the line and get McAlester off guard. 3rd and 2. Starks claps, gets the ball. Going to run it himself off the right side. He will crash forward. Depends on where his knee touched, but where they're giving it to him, he got the first down. McCarty comes up a little bit slow, but looks like he'll stay in the game. He's holding his right thigh right now, and
that's the same leg that he's battled, that he's a little banged up with. Got the bruise going on. Senior says that he's going to continue to push through one of the biggest games of his career here at the McAlester.
1st down and 10 from their own 36. Handoff over to Bell. Bell escapes an ankle tackle, goes right past the defender, and still McAlester can't get him down. He runs a long way for a little gain, though. Gain of only 3, and that's, once again, kudos to the McAlester defense being able to track him down. By the way, 10-9 line, he got knocked out again. He got knocked out in week 1 against Scotlandville over in Shreveport, and he talked about how scary of a moment it was. He just remembers going for a tackle and then nothing else, and then he got knocked out, but he made his way over towards the far sideline. Said it was a little bit scary, but he said he was doing better. That's the 2nd time this season that Lance Stone has been knocked out, but he is making his way towards the far sideline, and the good news is he is moving everything. It's a scary sight at first. He went completely limp. He was on his side. Everyone was calling for people to come check on Lance Stone, but he is up and he is moving around, and that is the best news that we could possibly have right now. And prayers to Lance moving around, and that is the best news that we could possibly have right now. And prayers to Lance Stone to make sure that it's nothing more serious. That's serious, but nothing more serious than that.
Absolutely, 100%.
9:05 and ticking left to go in the 3rd quarter. Buffaloes are trailing 21-0. Tigers have the ball at the McAlester 34-yard line. Starks back to pass. He is rolling right, looking deep, going for the end zone. This one is caught. Don't know who by. It's in the deep corner for a touchdown. Nykylan Starks is that dude. I'm telling you. I know you had Gage Ham, and I know how good he was for years over here in Coweta, but Nykylan Starks is just different. And he might, in his senior season, play his way to a quarterback scholarship. I'm telling you what, man. That was on a dime, a pillow. We didn't get to see who caught the ball, but it was in the very far corner where we can't see because we're in the lower level of the press box right next to the fans. That's another touchdown by the Tigers, and the Buffaloes are down big, 27-0. Not the way you wanted to respond out of the gate. Here's a snap, kick is up, and this one is close to the upright, but it squeaks into the left one to make this 28-0. McAlester down huge with 8:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester. If you're looking for a truck and you want to save a buck, then you're in luck. It's time for a new Ford truck. If you're wanting it for fun in the sun, work, or play, today is your lucky day. Like I said, today is the day, so don't delay. Get off your seat and try the truck that won't be beat. So come on down to Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
Vickers Power Sports. Drop by and check out our selection of Can-Am, Polaris, and Kawasaki side-by-sides and ATVs in stock. Vickers Power Sports also offers a 45-minute express lube and filter service. Plus, we carry a full line of parts and accessories like sound bars, roofs, windshields, and more, all in stock. Vickers Power Sports. Call us at 918-423-3306 or go to vickerspowersports.com.
Kicking off for the Tigers.
Buffaloes are down big to the Coweta Tigers, 28-0, as we have 8:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Coweta's offense has only stopped themselves, as Stevens will make his approach to the football, and he'll kick this one away. End-over-end kick. They'll sail into the end zone near the McAlester cheerleaders, and McAlester will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. We have a drive summary, Phillip.
That was an 8-play, 75-yard touchdown drive that took 3 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. It was finished off with a 32-yard pass from Nykylan Starks, and again, we don't know who caught it because they were
deep in the corner,
deep corner of the end zone. And the PAT from Stevens was good. That's your drive summary, brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. Bishop's Funeral Service is a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love these McAlester Buffaloes.
If you're a Sooner fan, you are having scary, reminiscent thoughts to that TCU game on Saturday, because not only are you losing by a pretty good margin, but we're having injuries pile up right now. Les now, handoff over to Moten. Moten runs into the back of his own lineman and falls forward to about the 21-yard line. And not only, like I said, you're down 28-0. A lot of that is due to having injuries. You have Lauerman that was out with a broken collarbone that he sustained last week. Again, Reed Markham, the very first week of the season, ends up going down with an ACL. Your starting right tackle. Eli Chapman's playing with a cast on his wrist at the receiver spot. Eric McCarty's been in and out dealing with multiple injuries. And now Lance Stone, once again, is out of the game. Here's a snap. Handoff, Moten. Moten has a gap, and here's a pretty good play by the McAlester Buffalo offense as they get past the 30-yard line to the 31. That first down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties at 918-284-1233. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, or recreational land, or a rural home, call Sean Wilkerson. Again, at that number, 918-284-1233 with Whitetail Properties. Ball out to the 31-yard line.
That's what the Buffaloes needed right there. Good, hard, physical run up the middle by Moten. Bounces off one tackler and picks up 11 yards.
Snap, a little bit low. Rolling out right is Les now. Les now looking downfield. Nothing's available. Tosses late. It's knocked up in the air and into the McAlester sideline. And that will be incomplete to bring up second down and 10. From the McAlester 31-yard line, 7:42 remaining in the third quarter. Buffaloes trail 28-0. But again, want to reiterate, if you're just now tuning in, maybe you tuned out after Stone went down. It was up, he was moving, every part of the extremity was moving. He just got knocked out, and he was laying on his side. But it's scary knowing that happened 2 times already this season. So again, best wishes to him right now. Trips right. Baugh is the running back on the left side of Les now. 3 to snap it, they get it off. Keeper, design quarterback keeper. Les now tried to go on left, nowhere to go. Now he tries to go right and get the corner. He's past the 30-yard line to the 35, down the far sideline. He will get the first down. Since we didn't have one till late in the second quarter, once again, that's brought to you by Sean Wilkerson at 918-284-1233 with Whitetail Properties. McAllister's already had more first downs on this drive than they had the entirety of the second quarter. So that moved the ball to the 42-yard line, far hash. 7:24 left to go in the third quarter. Buffaloes trail 28-0. They know that they have to make up a lot of ground now if they want to come back in this game.
They ran the read option to the left side of the field. Wasn't there. Les now uses his athleticism, bounce back right, picks up 11 on the play.
And we have a flag. McCarty's back in the game. McCarty pointed over towards the opposite side, but this one's going to be on the offense. False start. This is the second consecutive week, and Coach Mazey's not happy with the call either. He's talking to one of the officials because when they call, this is what they normally do. When they call for the snap, you'll have 2 people move over to one side of the line, and McCarty, the running back, will move to the opposite side of Les now. And that time they just called him for a false start. They're doing the same thing again, that time not called for a false start. 1st and 15, the snap, handoff McCarty. McCarty is staying on his feet, almost upended behind the 40-yard line, and as he landed back on the ground, took a little bit of extra time, gets back up, and he'll make his way back into the backfield. That'll bring up second down and long for the Buffs on a gain of 3 for 2nd and 12 with 6:35 left to go in the third. Buffs down by 28.
Buffalo's looking for anything right there. They go with the speed play right there by McCarty to get to the outside. Great effort there by Mason Ford. Tries to cut the legs of McCarty, but he uses his athleticism, gets away from it. Able to pick up 3 of the 5 that they lost on the penalty.
McCarty right side of Les now, 2 receivers right. Again, they move the tight ends to the right side,
Timeout.
McCarty to the left, and we're going to have a timeout called. We'll take it right here on K.
At Compass Capital Management, you'll receive confidence in your financial security as we provide direction, clarity, and vision for your future. Go to CompassCapitalMGT.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501. For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
McAllister's play clock was running down a little bit low, but they were able to call timeout before they got to 0. That's 2 timeouts remaining for McAlester for the remainder of the game. They trailed 28-0 with 6:08 left to go in the third quarter. It's been a while since McAllister's been shut out. They're trying not to do that right now. Right now, they're just trying to put points up on the board because, again, Coweta has dominated in all facets of the game. McAllister looking for a spark. Let's see if it's on the left hip of Caden Lesnow. Well, now right hip as he moves. Here's the snap. Passing right, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Not at the line of scrimmage, knocked down in the backfield. They read that out well.
Carson Flannery, he snuffed it out perfectly. They ran that earlier in the game where they flipped just like they had been the last 3 plays.
I think that's Deacon Peterson actually right there.
Oh.
Deacon Peterson, number 54, came up and swatted that ball away.
They were both over there. You know, they both seen it. They saw the spin out, both set up, and that was just a great sniff out of the play there by Coweta. Way to be prepared for it.
3rd down and 12. They got to get to the Coweta side of the 50, something they haven't done since the first drive of the game. 2 receivers each side. McCarty on the left side of Lesnow. 6:05 left to go here in the third. Here's the snap. Rolling right is Lesnow. He evades 1 sack. Goes back over to the right side towards the strong side. He won't evade another sack, and he'll be tackled down at the 35-yard line. And, again, he could have thrown it away, tried to make something happen there on 3rd and long. I don't disagree with the decision-making there from Lesnow at all. You're on 3rd down and long, and you need a spark. The only way that you're going to be able to get first down there is if you try to do something. And if it's already 3rd down and long and you're getting close back to the original line of scrimmage, that's not a bad sack to take.
Right.
So Lesnow will now punt this ball away after he ran all over Wagoner County. Snap. Punt is away. Spiraling punt. Fair caught by Ford at the 35-yard line. They might mark him at the 36, and they will. And that is where the Tigers are going to start this drive. 5:18 left to go in the third quarter, and a 28-0 game. And also, Phillip, I want to go ahead and mention this. With how rough it's been on the Buffalo so far through the first 2.5 quarters, I haven't seen a single Buffalo fan leave.
Oh, no. I mean, these people, they love their Buffaloes. You know, they've given a ton of things to love about them. Fresh off of an big emotional win last week, then you got to come up here, play Coweta, who they got embarrassed last year, and Coweta is just wanting to out physical you, and that's what they're doing. But these fans ain't leaving. They're trying to will these boys to a comeback.
In the pistol, loaded right. Here's the snap. Starks will hand it off over to Bell. Bell bounces out right, and the Buffaloes are reading it. Can they get to him? They do! It's going to be Eric McCarty and Owen Russell, and that is a bright spot for the defense for a loss of almost 4 yards. 2nd down and 13 upcoming for the Tiger offense. And sometimes all you need is just a ball moving in the right direction. Now keep on pushing it. By the way, replacing Lance Stone was Pfeiffer Mitchell right in the middle. 2nd, and they're going to call it 14. Loss of 4. In the gun, Starks. Claps, play action, rolling left, he's under pressure, now bounces back out to the right. He will just toss this one away. Throws it into the stands. That will not be a lucky souvenir for a fan. You got to give that back. And that'll be 3rd down and long.
Well, as close as you are to the field, you know, maybe these fans think that it's arena football too.
Yeah, but you still got to get the ball back. Ball's at the 32-yard line, near hash.
You ain't got to give it back if they can't catch you.
Yeah, you do. Don't promote theft. 3rd and 14. Here's the snap. Starks looking for the screen pass. He'll dump it off over to Flannery. Flannery's caught right there. Again, first man there, grabbing him by the ankles is Mr. Eric McCarty, and he won't let go. The rest of the cavalry came, and that is a great stop for the Buffalo defense. I say that, and then we have a late flag coming in.
Pass complete to number 30.
As the Buffaloes got the stop on 3rd down, and it was, back to the line of scrimmage, but this is a personal foul on the Buffalo defense, and this is going to give Coweta a 1st down.
Braden Yonker on the reception.
They had him surrounded, and it was on McAlester.
Personal foul against the Buffaloes.
Now move the chains, and that will tick you off. There's no other way to put it. You can't be having dumb penalties like that. I don't know what happened at the end of the pile. I don't know if it's because people didn't get off of them. Did you really see what the flag could have been thrown for?
I didn't see what it was thrown for, but the way that Carson Flannery got up, he got up and he jerked his helmet off, and the Coweta coaches grabbed him, and the McAlester players were grabbing and pushing
Something
Malachi.
probably happened in the pile. Something happened in the pile that was against McAlester. So they had him down for they had the 3 and out, the first one of the game, and they haven't been able to stop Coweta other than an interception, and then they give him a 1st down. And that is something that you can't be happy with. I don't care if you're a parent, fan, coach, broadcaster. That's something that you got to be better at. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. McAlester bringing pressure. The ball's going to be grabbed by Lolo Bell, and he races forward to the 41-yard line at the 1st down marker for the 1st down. And we have a Buffalo getting up, and again, McCarty just been battling injuries so far today, just banged up. That's about one of the toughest kids you'll ever meet, I promise you. He's back up, and he's making his way back over to his spot. In the safety spot, again, with Ethan Watkins hurt, you've got Caden Less now playing at the safety spot, which he played a lot last year when he was a receiver on the offensive side. So he's actually going to be a yard shy of the 1st down, 2nd down and 1 upcoming. In the gun, 2 receivers right, 1 left, tight end left. Snap. Back to pass Starks, looking left all the way. Now he's going to be flushed over to the right. He's being chased by Russell, throws it sidearm. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 1 upcoming. Are we going to have another late hit? No. Russell hit Starks as he was going out of bounds. No flag from the white hat. And with 2:51 left to go in the 3rd quarter, we're having 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Tigers. McAlester has been able to stop the Tigers on 1 3rd down, but they gave him a 1st down on a personal foul on 3rd and 15. 3rd and 1 right now. Snap. Stark's going to keep it himself. Bouncing right. He will be caught from the jersey collar, and he'll get the 1st down. Close to a horse collar tackle, but still the Tigers will move the chains. 2:43 left to go. And once again, the Tigers convert on 3rd down. They have only not converted, technically since they got the personal foul, on 1 3rd down.
And it was the 4th down when they got the pass interference in the end zone.
Ball on the right hash. Screen pass near side. It will be caught by Grammer. Grammer works around a screen down the near sideline, tackled up high at the 25-yard line for another 1st down. 2:23 left to go in the 3rd quarter. They'll get him out to the 27-yard line. Ball will stay on the right hash.
Coweta just going tempo now, flinging the ball wherever they want to, getting this McAlester defense on their heels.
They have had a perfected execution of their game plan today. Snap, handoff over to Bell. Bell escapes 1 tackle, works back over to the right, around a man to the 25-yard line. Bell gets positive yardage after trying to work left and having to work back right. I mean, they've got speed all across their offense. You heard of speed D, this is speed O. And it doesn't matter if you're looking at their line or if you're looking at their skill players. Everybody on the field is just racing past and using their athleticism and their shiftiness to get around defenders. That was a gain of about 4 on that carry. Starks on 2nd and 6, gets a snap, hands it off Bell. Bell just fell down. And that'll be a loss of 1. Kind of slipped on the turf, and he is slow to get up. And he will come off the field limping. So who will take his place? It looks like it's going to be number 3, that it's Ian Williams. So Williams going to be the running back on the right side of Starks while he tends to the injury. 3rd and 6 from the McAlester 23. 1:43 left to go in the third. Here's the snap. Starks looking end zone. He'll try to be flushed over to the left, still looking end zone. He's being chased, gets around Dakota Moten. He'll run for the first down. Starks is dangerous both through the air and on the ground. And he might be the most athletic quarterback that McAlester has played in the last however many years. I mean, you feel like you have everything settled in the secondary, and then he'll beat you with his legs. And we thought that Godwin for the Del City Eagles was tough last week. Starks is giving him a run for his money, man.
Just like I said the first half, he reminds me of Kyler Murray, the way that he runs around, uses his shiftiness. He stands at only 5'10", 170 pounds, so he's not that big, but he uses his shiftiness and speed, and he can contortion his arm to throw the ball too.
Snap. Starks looking right. He's under pressure again. Owen Russell took a bad angle. He's going to try now to make it to the near side and get the corner, and he'll throw it late. This one is going to just be thrown away. Buffalo defense did well there. But here's another thing. McAllister's defense has been on the field for so long tonight because the McAlester offense has had a hard time moving the ball. And due to that, and also you have a lot of guys playing two ways with all the injuries they have right now, McAllister's tired. Yeah. I mean, anybody would be. This is not saying that McAllister is well conditioned too, and still you can get tired when you're chasing the guy all around the field. That's what you're seeing right now. 1:22 left to go in the third. Tigers up big, 28-0 on the Buffaloes, and threatening to go up by 5 scores. Ball at the McAlester 17-yard line. Left hash, and we're going to be having a timeout called right here. We'll take it on K.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
CryoShock McAlester will help you with athletic performance and recovery. Whole body cryotherapy causes inhibition of inflammation, which results in a reduction of pain and swelling. WBC is the natural and safe way to prevent or eliminate joint pain associated with the following: rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, muscle sprain and strain, sports injuries, and repetitive motion injury. Make cryotherapy part of your wellness regimen. Fast and convenient for rapid recovery of injuries. CryoShock McAlester, 405 East Chickasaw Suite C, McAlester.
So with 1:22 left to go in the third quarter, Buffaloes trail 28-0 to the Coweta Tigers, and Coweta really one score away from putting this one away, I believe. I know McAlester has a lot of magic, and you never want to count them out, but 5 scores with 13 minutes left is kind of hard to do, especially when you have the injuries that you have been facing so far in this one. Ball on the left hash, 2nd down and 10. Inside the red zone, the Tigers have the ball. But in man out in motion, here's the snap. Quick pass out near side. It's too high. Is it behind the line of scrimmage? No, it is not. It's an incomplete pass. He was looking for number 25 of the Tigers. That would have been Nate Long. Again, Lolo Bell exited the game. Not really the game. He just exited the field of play for a little while, coming up a little bit hobbled after he stumbled into his own man. But he is currently not on the field, and Nate Long is taking over its running back. Before that, we had Ian Williams for a little while. So we have 3rd down and 10 upcoming for the Tigers, in which they have been excellent on 3rd down. I think Ian Williams, he's over here on the near side. He's kind of holding his left hip a little bit. He's also kind of banged up. He's the starting safety for the Tigers on the other side. Scrolling right is Starks after the snap. He finds a man wide open. It is going to be number 9, Noah Lloyd, that broke open in the secondary and scored in the end zone to make this a 34-0 game with 1:10 left to go in the third. Got to say, Phillip, don't think we expected this one.
Not at all, partner.
Coweta has come in with a chip on their shoulder. They came in remembering that 33-2 loss last year, and they have had fire in their eyes all game. Snap is a little bit low. Hold is up, or hold is good. Kick is up, and it is good. And 35-0 Tigers lead the Buffaloes with 1:10 left to go in the third quarter here on K.
KC Farm Machinery in McAlester is having an end-of-season sale on all 2022 Gravely commercial zero-turn mowers. We carry Gravely zero-turns from 42 up to 60-inch cuts. The 2023s are coming soon, so now's the time to take advantage of the discounts available on all 2022 Gravely zero-turn models. There's no better time to get that new Gravely commercial zero-turn. Your local independent Gravely dealer in McAlester is KC Farm Machinery, right next to the McAlester Union Stockyards.
Welcome to Allstate, where DriveWise and the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback, and by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact McAlester Allstate agent Lyle Whitworth for a quote today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Welcome back to Coweta, Oklahoma. We'll have a drive summer for the Tigers here in just a moment as we have an end-over-end kick that once again will sail over the head of a Buffalo, Chaz Bradley, into the end zone. McAlester trails 35-0. You heard me right. The Tigers up on the number 1 Buffaloes, which the Tigers are about to be number 1 if they can continue to win the game like this. With 1:10 left to go here in the third quarter, we have a drive summary.
That was a 13-play, 64-yard touchdown drive that took 4 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. Capped off with a 17-yard touchdown pass from Kylan Starks to Noah Lloyd. That's your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. Bishop's Funeral Service is a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services.
And they'll start this drive at their own 20-yard line. The McAlester Buffaloes, again, just trying to get some points right now. Dakota Moten, the running back on the right side of Caden Lussnow. Snap. Handoff. No. Quick pass over the middle. Caught by Lance. Lance, good move. Up the middle. He'll go down the seam down to the 39-yard line. That'll move the chains. Lance is a pretty shifty kind of player himself. Again, if you watch him in the scrimmage against Wagoner, he had a great scrimmage. I mean, he was one of the reasons why McAlester, I would say, tied with Wagoner in the scrimmage. He had a big, long touchdown reception. Right now, McAlester knows they're not playing up to the standard of what they want. Snap. And again, same play. This one's over the middle. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be incomplete as it fell in the secondary. Again, pretty much trying to go for the same play with Carter Lance. That'll bring up second down and 10. Because McAlester, the Buffaloes made a mistake on the last drive. It shouldn't be 35-0. They stopped the Tigers on a 3-and-out. And not only did they stop them, but when you did that, they burned off an extra, how long was that last drive, 4 minutes? They burned off an extra 3 minutes off the clock that you could have used. So they have not done themselves any favors. 2 receivers each side. Lussnow at the snap will lose the ball. It's on the turf. It's picked up. This will be a scoop and score. The Tigers are going to go all the way to the house, and they will make this one 41-0. And we have a late flag coming in as well. Land at the right foot of a Buffalo who is bewildered at what's going on right now. Again, didn't see what happened over in the end zone, so don't know if it was on McAlester or Coweta. Touchdown after the play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Tigers. So that'll be enforced either on the PAT or on the kickoff.
Conduct against the Tigers.
That was another mental mistake.
Yep.
It was a unforced turnover that just a bobbled snap in the backfield.
Bobbled handoff, actually.
Bobbled handoff, you're right.
On to try the
that was on the option read right there.
Yep.
Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. 42-0. Tigers lead the Buffaloes. You heard that right. 32 seconds left to go in the third here on KNED.
Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to health care at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance, and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442. Football season, the most wonderful time of the year, except for Christmas, of course. And now is a good time to head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester, because we have new cars on the lot. Right now, Patriot is offering 1.9% financing for 72 months on the Jeep Wagoner, and 2.9% for 72 months and $2,500 cash back on the new Ram 1500 Lone Star and Bighorn Crew Cab. Patriot is a proud sponsor of McAlester Buffalo football.
25-yard line after the 15-yard unsportsmanlike.
So we had a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after a scoop and score by the Coweta Tigers. That was only the first turnover of the game on McAlester. McAllister's won the turnover battle, but Coweta's won every other one. Yeah. Ball's back at the 25-yard line as McAlester has just been put through the ringer tonight, and that is putting it lightly. 42-0's the score with 32 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Stevens will make his approach to the football, kick this one away, end over end. This one will be returnable. I think the second one that we've had so far today for the Buffaloes. Chaz Bradley at the 25-yard line tries reversing direction, moving forward, and he'll be taken down at the 29-yard line. Still a great coverage in the return by the Coweta Tigers. And, I think some of this, not a lot, but some of this has to do with coming off in Del City last week. It's not 42 points worth. Coweta has flat-out beat McAlester tonight and shown that tonight they are the better team. McAlester came off of a very physical, emotional game last week, and that accounts for a little bit. I can even give you a 14-point spread right there. But it has been a 42-0 game, and Coweta has owned all of it.
Yeah, I mean, you come off a game against Del City and do what you did.
As we have the first play of the drive, it's a screen pass far side. And again, Coweta just all over it. Bradley lucky to get back over to the line of scrimmage.
But like I was saying, and like you brought up, last week you come off of an emotion-filled 48 minutes.
Bradley's down. Bradley's slow to get up. He gets on his tail, but we're going to have the rest of the time roll down, and that will send us into the fourth quarter. He's back up, and he's walking towards the far sideline, but that will be the final play of the third quarter. Buffaloes trail 42-0, but still put those fours up in the air, Buff fans. Buff pride here as we go to the fourth quarter right here on KNED.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale. On now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
We start the fourth quarter. Buffaloes trail 42-0 here in this one, and it has been a disastrous night for the McAlester Buffaloes. Coweta's come in and they stomped out all hope of McAlester winning this one, and they did it pretty early. But not only did they do that, and again, I remember listening to the OU broadcast last Saturday afternoon. I remember hearing Toby Rowland say about the same thing. If we were just losing 42-0, that would be bad enough. But then you've got multiple injuries that we've been dealing with in this one. You've got Eric McCarty that's been in and out of play, dealing with injuries. You've had Lance Stone got knocked out again for the second time in 6 games, which is the most serious injury that we're looking at, and hopefully everything's all right with the young junior. And then on the third go-around, you've got Ethan Watkins now. We talked about him having an ankle injury. He is on crutches currently. So injuries have piled up here tonight as well. Snap. Handoff McCarty, left side. He goes up the middle. And, again, talk about the toughness of this kid dealing with injuries. Makes his way towards the 34-yard line on second down to bring up third down and 4 for the Buffaloes. They got to get out to the 39-yard line. Make that third down and 5.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with the handoff up the middle. McCarty, just the strength and determination of this young man, showing the grit of him, picks up a hard 5 yards. But I just want to give credit to this Coweta front seven. We've heard about them, and they are proving why they are talked about the way they have been.
3rd and 5. Pass over the middle, caught by Lance. Lance takes a big hit, but he's got the first down. Past the 40-yard line to the 42. That first down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties at 918-284-1233. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, or recreational land, or rural home, call Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties. Carter Lance is about to get a lot of touches. You've got Ethan Watkins out, and you've got Jackson Lauerman out until at least the playoffs. Carter Lance, welcome. I mean, he's been here, but you're about to know his name a lot. Keeper by Les now to the right side, and there's nowhere to go. That option read by Les now just did not have that going very far, and that's going to be a loss of 1 to bring up 2nd down and 11. 10:39 remaining in the game. Buffaloes trail 42-0, trying to get on the board.
Yeah, they went with the read option, trying to get to the outside with Les now. And again, Carson Flannery just snuffed it out, stays home. They got that 4-down lineman set with these Tigers, and, I mean, just can't harp on them enough. You know, they have just bullied the McAlester offensive line and done anything that they wanted to do, and allowing McAlester to struggle the way that they have.
2nd and 11. Snap. Handoff McCarty up the middle, and he says, I'm going to deliver some punishment myself. Lowers the shoulder. That's a quick whistle. He would have gotten an extra yard, but they're going to mark his forward progress right between the 46 and 47. That'll bring up 3rd down and longish. 3rd down about 7. They got to get out to the Coweta 47-yard line. They have not been able to get onto the Coweta side of the 50-yard line since the opening drive of the game. And it's not just been the defense. It's been the offense struggling, too.
The offense has been, the offense got to the 25-yard line and then stumbled with the false start and the hold in the very first drive of the game.
Snap. Handoff McCarty left side. He gets a push. He gets near the first down marker, but I don't think he has enough. He's 2 yards shy, and they'll bring up 4th down and 2, and you're going for this. I just don't see how McAllister's not. You're down 42-0, 9:15 left to go here in the game.
At this point in time, they're just going to run with McCarty up the middle. They picked up another 4 yards. They picked up 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2. And right now, they're just going to look at this. They're going to try to go up the middle. And they just want to get a first down. They want to get some points on the board more than anything.
10 seconds to snap it. They get the play call, break the huddle with 7. 4th and 2. Let's see what the Buffs can do. Snap. Handoff. McCarty left side. He didn't get there. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be a turnover on downs. One thing I find, it's not wild, but one thing I just noticed? We have not gone out of the dozer package once tonight. McAlester ran dozer close to 20 times. I think maybe even a little bit more than 20 times against Del City. McAlester has not run dozer once tonight.
Media timeout.
We'll take the timeout right here at ANED.
Vickers Power Sports. Drop by and check out our selection of Can-Am, Polaris, and Kawasaki side-by-sides and ATVs in stock. Vickers Power Sports also offers a 45-minute express lube and filter service. Plus, we carry a full line of parts and accessories like sound bars, roofs, windshields, and more, all in stock. Vickers Power Sports. Call us at 918-423-3306 or go to vickerspowersports.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Chakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years. Now that's saying something.
Left to go in the game. 42-0 is our score. The Coweta Tigers lead the McAlester Buffaloes, and McAllister's going to lose their first game of the year. I think that's pretty safe to say, but McAllister's wanting to put up some points. They have not been shut out since, you ready? They haven't been shut out since Friday, September 29th in McAlester, 2017, when they lost the Shawnee Wolves 31-0, and they are in danger right now of doing that. One, because Coweta has just flat out beaten the Buffaloes. A lot of injuries tonight. We've had 3 separate ones tonight alone. And here comes the Coweta Tiger offense. The snap, Starter still in the game as they're going to hand it off up the middle, and the Buffalo defense responds well. No gain on the carry. As we have Pfeiffer Mitchell there. We also have Jaden Shumway. Nope, that was actually Zach Rogers there in on the tackle. Now bring up 2nd down and 10. And did you think that Coweta was going to pull their starters?
Absolutely
not. With these two teams, it hasn't been really a rivalry, but they've had some pretty close games, and the two teams haven't really liked each other. And McAlester, after the way that they celebrated last year after winning 33-2 on their home turf, they want to make the sting for the Buffaloes. Pass it to the near side, caught by Mason Ford up the middle. He breaks some tackles and gets into the freeway as he gets to the 30-yard line for a first down. Another instance of where he was tackled down for maybe a gain of 5, but he just weaved his way through white jerseys to the McAlester 31-yard line. 7:43 left to go in the game. Blaze Baugh now out at safety, opposite of McCarty. Les now's moved from the safety spot to the cornerback spot.
Chaz Bradley has yet to be back in after he came up slow.
That'd be injury number 4 on the night.
Because that would be Chaz's spot.
Snap, handoff up the middle. Once again, the Buffaloes respond well. They're trying to get a push. There's the whistle. Maybe a gain of 1 on the carry. 2nd down and 9 upcoming from the 30-yard line. I don't think anyone expected this. Like last year, no one expected it to be a 33-2 game. No one expected a 42-0. Especially with how McAlester played on the road at Del City last week. But again, that has a little bit to do with it. It does a little bit. But it doesn't, like we said in the previous, before we went to commercial break, it's not a 42-point difference.
Right.
And Coach Mays is not going to make any excuses, and we're going to be hearing from him in the postgame show, and that'll probably be an extended interview. I think that he'll have some words he'll want to say, but he'll be back to the lab for the Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously getting some much-needed, not as physical teams as what we've seen the first 6 weeks of the year. Snap, handoff up the middle once again. The Coweta Tigers get a good 4 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 6 after the carry by number 25, Nate Long. Because, again, no disrespect at all to the East Central Cardinals, but you have faced Broken Bow, top 10 team, probably a top 5 team in 4A. You faced Scotlandville, who just had a big upset in one of the better teams in Louisiana, including the Baton Rouge area. Ada, rivalry game, physical game.
And they're number 1 in their district right now.
Tulsa Memorial, you got to have a laugher for a little while, and then you faced Del City. So you have had 5 out of your, or 4, now Coweta, 5 out of your 6 games, physical games, and now McAlester can maybe have a little bit of time to recoup and feel comfortable going into next week, but I think they want to make a statement right back and get this bad taste out of their mouth. Jet sweep over to Mason Ford. He works around tackles, and he is going to be blasted out of bounds, and we have a late flag coming in again around the 21-yard line. See if that's on McAlester, which it probably is, as we have the Tigers pointing over towards the defense. And now what you're seeing is what we call frustration flags.
After the play, personal foul.
Yep, late hit. These are frustration flags. I'm used to saying frustration fouls when it comes to basketball, but this is the equivalent in football.
Yeah. I mean, you come off of what is probably, considered one of the biggest wins of the program history by, Del City coming from 6A2 down to 5A, and they were picked as the favorite, and you go into their house and beat them. But then you got to turn on the road, and you come up here, and you're thinking, okay, we just beat Del City.
And thinking about the success you had against Coweta last year, that can also be a thing.
And then Coweta, they've had to sleep on that every night since last year. You celebrating by their field house, the beat down that they took, and Coweta took it personal, and they have just whipped you offensively, defensively, and special teams.
Here's the snap. Handoff, sweeping left. It'll be long keeping his footing and getting inside the 5-yard line. They're going to say his knee went down at the 5. So a gain of a good 8 yards and 2nd down and 2 upcoming. But if you're a Coweta fan just happening to watch this broadcast, hey, you've got a team that right now, best team in the state.
Oh yeah.
When you're looking at making a statement, and especially in a big-time game. I know you struggle a little bit against Wagoner, but your starting quarterback was knocked out of the game. And Nikylan Starks, again, Carson Laverty is a fantastic athlete, but Nikylan Starks, how do you sit him when Laverty comes back?
I think Nikylan Starks, like you said earlier, has played his way into the starting role moving forward, even when Laverty comes back. Secondly, played his way into a possible quarterback scholarship.
As we have reached towards the end zone, I think they're going to get the first down, but they're going to be about a yard shy of the end zone. Again, it's in that little corner where we really can't see. We have two corners along the near sideline because it's such a tight fit over here in Coweta that you can't see near those near pylons. It was a carry by Long, and we'll see. No, I don't think he got it. Actually, I think he got to the. Oh, it doesn't matter. We got a face mask anyway. Of course, right? Goodness gracious.
Oh, God bless the Almighty. This is just being.
Hey, make it hurt.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Let it hurt.
You know, and you know, if you're an OU fan and you listen to the OU broadcast, you can listen to Teddy Lehman as a former player have to describe, you know, frustration, you know, playing selfish football. And right now, you know, McAllister's
they're just beat up, but
they're
also
just beat up, and
but frustration is coming out bad.
Frustration is kicked in because you're down 42, so you're just wanting to hit something or do something, but you got to be smart, you know. Man.
They have made a lot of dumb penalties.
They're
running down the play clock, but there's no game clock that's moving. So
the game clock is moving.
Oh, it just stalled for a little bit. Here's the snap, handoff up the middle. McAlester read that one well. That's going to be a loss of a yard on the handoff to the fullback, Carson Flannery. Now bring up second down and goal. Ball back to the 4-yard line. Under 4 minutes left to go in this game. McAllister's going to move to 5-1 in their first, now I can confidently say it, their first district road loss of Coach Mazey's tenure and their first road loss in the regular season since their 33-3 loss to Poto. That happened a long time ago, over 1,000 days ago.
Good night.
That's talking about the success, though, that McAlester has had. Another handoff up the middle, and once again, McAlester has success on that play, as there's no gain on the carry to bring up third down and goal from the 4. So, a testament to how good McAlester has been, but also a testament to how good Coweta has been tonight. And that's just, they have been the better team. You can't chalk it up any more clearer than that. We just have to find the words to talk about it for the next 2 minutes and 59 seconds, and then for the next 30 to 45 minutes in the postgame show.
If Coweta plays like they did tonight, there's no doubt in my mind that they will not hold up a gold ball on December 3rd.
And that's going to make a lot of orange and black fans feel happy right now.
And I would have said that about Del City if they would have done what they did to McAlester, because they're just doing whatever they want. They are that good.
Jet sweep Mason Ford. He tries to get into the end zone. He does. As he fell forward past the goal line, he scores to make this 48-0. And we talk about trying to make it hurt. Do Coweta try to put up 50 on the Buffaloes, or do they just go for the PAT? I think they're going to just put Parker Stevens out there to hit the PAT. We still got 2:34 left in the game.
On the try to point at Parker Stevens. Then the holding, Justice Grammer.
Awaiting the snap. The holder is Grammer. Snap is high. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it is once again good, as Stevens is a perfect 7 for 7 tonight on PATs. That'll bring us to the 2:34 mark in the game. Buffaloes trail 49-0 here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
CryoShock McAlester will help you with athletic performance and recovery. Whole body cryotherapy causes inhibition of inflammation, which results in a reduction of pain and swelling. WBC is the natural and safe way to prevent or eliminate joint pain associated with the following: rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, muscle sprain and strain, sports injuries, and repetitive motion injury. Make cryotherapy part of your wellness regimen. Fast and convenient for rapid recovery of injuries. CryoShock McAlester, 405 East Chickasaw Suite C, McAlester.
Welcome back to Coweta, Oklahoma, as the McAlester Buffaloes trailing the Coweta Tigers 49-0 after another touchdown by the Tiger offense. Their 6th. The other one was a scoop and score touchdown. We have enough time for a drive summary.
That was a 9-play, 51-yard touchdown drive that took exactly 6 minutes off the clock. PAT from Parker Stevens was good, and it was capped off with a 2-yard touchdown run by Mason Ford. That's your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. Bishop's Funeral Service is a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
All right, so Stevens about to kick this one away. And back to return will be not Jackson Lauerman. He's got a broken collarbone. Jordan Clark and Blaze Baugh. Again, Chaz Bradley still has not returned. That one's going to be an end-over-end kick. That will sail into the end zone, and the Buffaloes will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. It has been a rough night. A lot of injuries as the Buffaloes have had Lance Stone go down, have had Ethan Watkins go down. He's on crutches. Chaz Bradley hasn't returned. Eric McCarty's been playing through some injuries, and Jordan Clark is going to get a chance to do something here in the final. I don't know if I can. Again, we're so close to the stands here. I'm working around people that are walking out. 2:34 left to go in the game. Clark is going to be the running back on the right side of Caden Less now. Here's a snap. Handoff. Clark cutting it left, trying to find a hole. He does so past the far sideline, and he will make his way out of bounds. They're going to stop the clock for a moment as he got near the 27-yard line for a gain of 7 for Mr. Clark. Again, you're looking at the future of McAlester football a little bit there with Jordan Clark. You got a lot of underclassmen, too. You have, I think Braden Bumpus has worked as one of the slot men since Watkins went down. Clark still left side. Here's the snap. Hand off Clark up the middle. That time, not much doing. Gain of 1. 3rd down and 2. And this loss is going to sting for 7 days because you play next Thursday as well. But again, you have a chance to respond. At this point, you wash it. You gotta wash it. The only thing you gotta remember is how bad it hurt. But after that, you gotta wash it and then move forward and next man up mentality.
This game right here stings from the bus ride from Coweta to McAlester because it's back to the lab tomorrow morning.
That's right. Clark will be on the left side of Les now. Under 2 minutes left to go in the game. Snap, handoff. Clark will get the first down, and he'll move the chains. And he's still pushing. Look at the freshman getting his way to the 35-yard line, and that'll stop the clock for the moment with, well, no, it won't stop the clock. They'll keep it running with 1:36 and 7-score game right now. Want to give a quick shout-out. We don't give enough love over to some of the OSU fans that we have. Charlie Gillespie says, stop referring to Norman broadcasts. Gross. Sorry, we're Norman fans. That's all we got. So, but thank you so much, Charlie, for tuning into McAlester Football. Loyal listener right there. Passing far side, caught by Bumpus. Bumpus works around a block, and he gets out to the 39-yard line for a gain of 4. Unless McAlester can score here from 61 yards out, they're looking at their first shutout loss since 2017 against the Shawnee Wolves at home. That came in September. It has been a little while.
One of the craziest nights of football that you will ever see.
And that is in a bad way. The last week was another crazy night in football that you would ever see in a good way. Bumpus with another catch on a screen down the far sideline. For the first down, they'll be knocked out of bounds. We'll see if they decide to keep the clock running. They do not. They stop it with 39.6 seconds left. Again, most of the McAlester fans that were directly across from the 50-yard line, they have still been full in the stands. But a lot of people are making their way towards their vehicles. Left hash, first down and 10 for the Buffs at their own 47. The snap, Les now, pump fakes, looks deep, going deep, one-on-one in coverage. It is overthrown. They'll stop the clock with 32.6 seconds left to go in it. Again, Buffalo's trying to get on the board. Who are they going for down the far sideline? Is that Chaney?
No, Jaden Chaney.
Yeah, it is Jaden Chaney.
I saw the 4 on Carter Lance's jersey and for some reason thought that was a 24. Also, and then I was looking for Braden Bumpus because I knew he was over there in that area, but he was running the out route, and Chaney ran the go off of it.
Ball on the left hash. 32 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Less now at the snap. Handoff. Clark, right side. He breaks some tackles up the middle. He will reverse direction. He's got some room. Down the near sideline. He's tracked from behind after a first down run. Clark gets out to the 36-yard line. He's a little slow to get up. And he will kind of limp his way back to the backfield, but looks like he's going to be okay. That'll stop the clock with 22.7 seconds left, and we have a Buffalo timeout. We'll take it here on K.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Chakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years. Now that's saying something.
McAlester Pepsi has got what you need. From food service to vending or just plain customer service, McAlester Pepsi can hook you up with all of your beverage needs. We are not your typical soda company. McAlester Pepsi is the total beverage provider, from water to energy teas, juice, and soda, and so much more. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com or give us
Well, we're back over here to Coweta, and Jordan Clark just had a good catch and go. He's been a spark that the offense has been looking for so far tonight. He's got down past the first down marker into the red zone for the first time tonight for the Buffaloes. This red zone alert brought to you by McAlester Home Store. McAllister's newest flooring source has arrived. If you need tile, carpet, or luxury vinyl, McAlester Home Store can help. Free measurements and quality installers, come see us, 5th and Wyandotte. McAllister didn't have to use a timeout. Looks like Clark got out of bounds. 14 and a half seconds left to go in the game. Coweta trying to keep the shutout. McAlester trying to prevent it. And again, they haven't been shut out since 2017. Coach Mazey, again, this is word from Trent Borland. He has not been shut out since 2017 as well.
Wow.
Ball inside the 20-yard line, officially in the red zone, and we have a delay of game on the McAlester offense.
And the hits keep coming, partner.
You just can't have it. It's just one of those things that will make you mad. Even in a 49-0 game that was decided long ago, those are the kind of penalties that will drive you nuts. Again, we'll have a Buffalo postgame show coming up in just a little while. We encourage you to stick around and listen to the postgame thoughts of both us and Coach Mazey. The snap, back to pass left now, looking middle. Under pressure, steps up. He will roll left. He will spin out of a tackle. No, he won't. He'll be tackled down at the 36. Does McAlester call a timeout, trying to prevent the shutout? They will. And Coweta's fans are booing. Some of them are booing. We'll take a quick timeout here on KNED.
Welcome to Allstate, where DriveWise and the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback. And by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact McAlester Allstate agent Lyle Whitworth for a quote today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Play resumes. Timeout on the field by the Buffaloes.
Welcome back to Coweta, Oklahoma. 3 seconds left to go in the game, and 3 seconds for McAlester to try to get into the end zone and prevent the shutout. Coweta is still loud for the fans that are still here. 49-0's our score. Clark, the running back, left side of Les now. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Les now, the snap. Here it is for the shutout. Rolls right, looks towards the end zone, throws over the middle. It is up in the air, and it is incomplete. And the Buffaloes are shut out. 49-0, the final score here in Wagoner County. Statement made. And you have the Coweta fans rushing the field. Not the fans, but the student section. Coweta student section rushing the field here a little bit. It's kind of a half-hearted rush. Some of them are just walking out of there. But again, final score is 49-0. The Coweta Tigers beat your McAlester Buffaloes. We're going to be having some post-game thoughts coming up from Coach Mazey and from us here on KNED.